you're going to say I've got no sound on, but I have. I saw you having bets. My sound is on, dudes. Double check. Yeah, it's on. I think someone owes someone else some money because I am live and I've got sound. Yeah, boo sucks. Someone's going to be short of a penny or two. And it's just coming through to the stream, so I'm dying to see the reactions that appear in the chat. And who have we got tonight? If my thing will actually scroll. Well, early on, and in my previous stream, Mohammed Shafiq. I don't know what was going on tonight, but there were issues. Not of my making, though. YouTube didn't send out any notifications, and I'm just going to have a check, because I don't think it sent out any this time either. Mr. Sensible's vids. Everything's playing up tonight. Oh. No, it doesn't show that I'm live. There we go. Goodness knows what it's playing at. And then I had trouble with Streamlabs OBS. And then I thought, hey, I'll have a chat with Colon, my moderator. And he couldn't hear me. I could hear him clear as a bell. We tried video chatting. I could see him. I could hear him. But he couldn't hear me. And it turned out the problem was his end and not mine. So, Mohammed Shafiq, a word with you in a minute. Who else we got? Matt Churchyard, good evening. Colon as ever. The Snark. Steve Green. Sound? I think my sound was all right. Christopher Bell, hello. And I hope you're well too. Crafty Keeler popped in. Curbatized. Christopher Bell again. Daybreaker Flint, hello. Scrolling down. Hope I don't miss anyone. John Fieldsend. Don't recognise the name, John. If you have been here before and I haven't spotted you, my apologies. Welcome. Demon Orb, bacon and cheese. What a nice mix. Who else have we got? Sable Eagle, Tusk, Patricia Desangelis. Oh, you got a notification. Oh, that's good. Because it hasn't notified on my Discord, but then my Discord is playing up. Ha ha! Oh, I like it. a €2 super chat from the Snark. Yay for having Mike on. Yeah, gotcha. Excellent. Tusk treading the boards. Another new name. That was sound as in tidy. It was indeed, Steve. So, tonight, as you can see, the topic is anything again. I haven't got anything in particular I want to talk about. Might want to have a little chat a bit later on about Anthony Riley, because he's doing rather a lot of vids that I'm not interested in. Mr. Now and Mr. Pinion are in the house. And gosh of heckfire. Too early, man. I'm still at work. Tell him you got to self-isolate and just stay at home and watch this instead. And number 6 says Jose just went live. Sucks to be Jose then. So tonight I have a guest. I did announce that on the on my community posting board, and he's turned up, which is excellent. Excuse me. Oh, Mr. Andrat, hello to you. You got a notification twice. Yet the first stream for some reason wasn't working properly. I had some real strange issues, so I just booted it and started again. Yeah. Well, anyway, I hope you're all doing well. Hope everyone is not suffering with any nasty diseases, COVID or otherwise. And if you're having to self-isolate or social distance, excuse me, I hope everything's okay. It was my daughter's 18th birthday yesterday, and we got a Chinese. It's quite odd, really, having not had a takeaway or anything like that for weeks. Boy, did we enjoy it. Boy, did we enjoy it. It was a cracking job. Hello, Timo. Yeah, so she had quite a good birthday. She actually said she really enjoyed it, which is nice, despite, the lockdown. There we go. It's my birthday coming up in a couple of weeks' time, but I'll be working from, let's see, it's Saturday 23rd. I'm working from 12 midday until 10 o'clock at night, so I'll be leaving home at 11 in the morning and getting home about 11 at night. That'll be fun. Anyone got a little, really tiny violin to play? Feel sorry for me. Roy C, hello. I'm not ignoring you. Not at all. Good evening to you. So you'll have to come back again. What-o. Yummy. Happy birthday, baby sensible. Yeah, well, she's 18. So technically, I have no more children. And technically, I could either kick her out the house or start charging her rent. I can't do that with her. She's going to be going to uni. Ha ha! Matt Churchyard super chatted £4.99. Damn your mic related preparedness. Ha ha! I'll have to make sure my mic works more often. But don't worry, I'm sure there'll be a mistake or two somewhere along the line. Bound to be. So, why don't we get the guest in? I'm going to give him 30 seconds or whatever so it feeds through to the live stream so he's aware he's going to be dragged in. I hope you all saw that mirror video I did yesterday of Mr. Clapperjack. Absolutely excellent. What a cracking video he made. I was just shocked. No, I shouldn't say shocked because I had no reason to think it wouldn't be good. But do you know what I mean? It was just, well, I was really, really impressed. And then when I had seen he only had 17 subscribers, that's a crying shame. It's not a problem anymore. So let's get him in, and I will switch on my desktop audio so we can hear him. Good evening to you, Jack.
Why, hello there, Mr. Sensible.
Good to speak to you at last. How are you doing?
We're finally here. I'm doing great.
Good, good.
Doing fantastic.
And how is your channel doing? Let's have a quick look.
My channel just exploded.
Your channel has exploded. So yesterday I checked. I think the mirror video went out at 9:15, which is my usual sort of slot. But whichever time it was, whether it's 9 or 9:15, and it's coming up on that now. I checked your subs, and you had 20 at that point. Now, 24 hours later, you have 416.
Absolutely maddening. I'm blown away.
It's really. Just, so am I. Yes and no. No, because you thoroughly deserve it, because it was an excellent video, and your skills at putting it together were cracking, absolutely great. But normally, if you mirror a video for someone, they can expect to pick up around 1% of the subs. So I'm on 4.7, so I expect you to get between, say, 45 and 50 subs. Anything in that area, I'd have said, hey, that's a good shout. But you've got just under 400.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It is.
But I'm absolutely grateful. Everybody who subscribed, it's crazy. I did not expect such good feedback. I mean, when I kind of started making this video, my goal was more to share the way I see this whole thing with Derry or whatever he calls himself, really.
Yeah.
And the whole other part of this entire thing was kind of at the back of my mind. I wasn't even really thinking about it.
I know. But when you originally sort of said to me, hey, could I do a few little bits? I thought, yeah, okay. It'd not be funny. I don't have tons of spare time, and so I said, look, just tell me what you want, okay? And then if you'd come back with a week's worth of work, I'd have had to say, look, sorry, mate, I can't do that. But you came back with a script, a full script, which isn't something I do, not at all. But you came back with a full script plus all the research, and I said at the time, didn't I, that I was well impressed with your research.
A little bit too much research, even.
Well, it's obviously paid off because you researched and worked out where those towers were in relation to the police station, which is just around the corner, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So yeah, I thought, well, he's obviously putting in the effort, and I was more than happy to film my little bits and send them off to you and leave you to it. And you said it would be a couple of days, and I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think I said 2 to 3 days it takes me usually.
And it was. And you sent me a link to the video, and I was stunned. and I said to you, this is obviously you know what happened, but I'm saying this so everyone else out there knows. I said to Jack that I want to push your channel. I think you deserve more subs. What do you want? Do you want me to give you a shout out? Do you want me to do a mirror or whatever? And we decided to go for a mirror. I think that was a good idea, don't you?
I do, and I want to say that I did not expect you to just like get into this at all, because I was thinking, when I actually found out about dairy through you,
Yeah.
because I saw that video that you made first, and then I was like, oh, this guy's pretty interesting. So I kind of jumped into his channel, and then I just kept my eye on him, and I was thinking, yeah, I'm gonna make a video about him, but about what? I mean, there wasn't anything that just sort of clicked. And then that video, it popped in. Like, I was browsing YouTube, luckily at that point in time. It popped up, and I don't know what was going through his head. He first uploaded that video, then he took it down. He deleted it. Then I was like, oh, that's a shame. I couldn't grab it at that time. Then he uploaded it again, and I was like, no freaking way. So I managed to grab it, but I couldn't do the whole 9 yards, the archives, the downloading HTML, like backup of the page.
Yeah.
And then he put it into private, but it was too late. I did what I had to do. And then I was like, well, my video's done. Everything just falls into place. I got this instantly in my head. I was thinking, maybe I could ask Mr. Sensible. Maybe he could be interested in this too. But I wasn't. My expectations were like non-existent. I was like, if he says no, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be all right either way. But you said yes, and you actually like went through with it, and I was like, wow, this is great.
Well, listen, Jack, actually, that's one thing about this community. They do help each other out. I mean, now, I'll be honest, if you contacted, let's say, Simon Dan or another massive channel like that, I don't think it'd be that he wouldn't want to help anyone, but he probably wouldn't have the time,
Yeah.
Well,
we're all busy, yeah.
But the community is really good. I know when I started out, I had several people who encouraged me and helped me. Jet Monk, the drunk monkey, was a real great pal, and he helped get me on the Shill Show, which unfortunately I think is not running anymore. So yeah, people help each other out, and you pass it on. And I'm sure that at some point someone will approach you, or you'll see someone, and you can do something for them.
The circle of life.
Yes.
Sort of.
Whereas with the flat earthers, it's a stab in the back for the next person, a sort of circle jerk of life. But let's just see. There is someone, I don't know if this will work, someone who just wants to pass on a little message. Let me just see. Hopefully this will work. Go ahead, Professor.
A big round of applause for Mr. Clapperjack.
Perhaps you'd like to try and say that again.
A big round of applause for Mr. Clapperjack.
Is not in silent mode. Whoopsie daisy.
Hello?
Sorry.
Oh, you probably wouldn't hear that, Jack. It went out on the stream. No. It was the professor.
Yeah, I have the stream muted, unfortunately.
Okay, yeah. Well,
I can unmute and we can do it again.
But there's about a 30-second delay. You can try it again if you want. Go on then, if you unmute.
A big round of applause for Mr. Clapperjack.
I'm waiting for him to hear it.
Yeah, I'm also waiting for it to catch up.
Thanks, Snark. Thanks, Brainless. Well, I think the stream's heard it, even if you haven't.
A bit of applause. Yeah, you finally caught on.
A big round of applause for Mr. Clapperjack from the Professor.
Thank you.
So, yeah, and you've got them there. Honestly, It was a cracking job. So I was probably almost as excited as you. The number of times I checked your channel, Jack, to see how many subs you picked up. And you had some nice messages posted as well, I saw.
Oh yeah, lots of amazing feedback, and just people been so kind. Unlike the people that I actually managed to grab the attention of when I made my what's his face Russian vids video. Whoa,
Okay.
that was a wild ride.
Well, if you like bad attention, I'll tell you who you should have a look at, and that's Mag Truth on the Run. You will get nothing. Mag Truth on the Run. He's got several channels. It's like Mag Ugly Truths, Mag Disturbing Truths, MAG. And yeah, what you'll get back is a load of comments on your looks and on the fact that you're probably some sort of, or you need a transvestigation. Or you'll get nothing but that sort of bile, honestly. That they even accused me of being Illuminati because my little logo has got the cheese sort of triangle on the chest. Well, it's obviously a pyramid, isn't it? It's upside down pyramid.
God.
So
literally Illuminati confirmed.
Yeah, absolutely. And they said that. They literally said that. But yeah, some real hate will come that way. If you fancy a go at that, I've done them twice, and both times I had the hate. And just going back a bit in the stream, yeah, people were saying about the Shields now being EIE network. Yeah, I am aware of them, but I haven't watched them since it's been EIE. So I thought there'd been bigger changes. I'm glad if they're still going, just change the name. That's cool. Yeah, so that video has gone down rather well, and quite rightly too, Jack. Honestly.
Especially with dairy, or
Yes.
let's just call him not dairy.
Well, that's true. Have you seen though? He did post a couple of times, certainly on my mirror of your video. Did he post on your original?
He kind of like sidestepped entirely my video because I think he might be like he's a strange guy. Or maybe I'm just like overthinking it. He went for your video but not mine. And he actually blocked me because I made like a comment on his channel, the Derry Francis channel. It's not going through. It's just he either got me blocked or it's just filtering out. I don't know.
Yeah, he also mirrored my mirror of your video entirely, just like he did last time, just as you had picked up on in your video. No comments, no wrapper. He just stole my entire video.
Yeah, I saw that you gave him a comment saying like, "What's up? What's going on?"
Yeah.
Were you not paying attention?
Yes. Well, that's now 2 times. And of course, if I issue copyright strikes, 3, and his channel's gone.
Yeah. Well, that's entirely up to you. I honestly don't feel like either way about it.
Yeah, I mean, there's swings and roundabouts. The thing is, how many views is he going to get and how many am I going to lose? I don't presume I'm going to lose any views. He will gain a few, and he's actually got more than 1,000 subscribers. I don't know if he's monetized, but he could possibly become monetized. But the thing is, I'm balancing that against doing a copyright strike because as part of that, I have to give my personal details, name and address, which may be passed on to him. Do I want that?
Yep. But then again, like I heard that people do proxies and something like that because it's just random stuff that I remember from other YouTubers that they like were talking about copyright stuff. It might not be like, don't quote me on this.
No. Well, the thing is, I can understand if, for instance, he disputed it because he felt he had every right to do it. So you reach the stage where you actually get legal. Then at that point, of course, you have to swap names and addresses and stuff like that. But at this stage, I don't see why. But it does say we may pass on the details, but that's enough to make me worried and thinking, do I want to risk it?
I mean, I can't. There is a risk.
Yeah. I mean, I can't see how he can challenge it since the video is absolutely identical with nothing changed at all.
Yeah, there is no way.
No.
It's like that's actually what I wanted to ask. Is it standard YouTube license? It's not Creative Commons, is it?
My video? No, standard YouTube for me.
Then he has absolutely no way.
Not a leg to stand on, really, does he? No. No, I mean, obviously, my video is a mirror of your entire video, but that was with your permission.
And you actually put your stuff in it, so
On the front
it
and
kind of
back.
does count.
Yeah, but I couldn't just take your next video, put something in the front and back, and copy it, because if I don't have your permission, you could say, well, it's not fair use.
Exactly.
Yeah, but actually, just as an aside, because I've just seen his name pop up in the chat, and I just want to give a shout out to Mohammed Shafiq. Mohammed, I did send you a DM through Discord. I don't know if you got it. Mohammed pointed a channel my way to have a look at a few days ago. I did a video on it tonight. This afternoon. It's a cracker. I don't want to give out what the channel is, so please, Mohammed, keep it under your hat for now. But that one will be out Friday night. So big props to you, Mohammed. I loved it. That was an excellent choice you pointed my way. So thank you. I just wanted to make sure I said that, because so often, Jack, when people sort of point videos my way, say, have a look at this guy, check out this channel. When I've done them, it's often been weeks later, and I've forgotten who pointed it at my way. But fortunately with this one, I didn't forget, so I was able to give him a shout. So what's next then, Jack?
Kind of breaking up.
Oh, that is, yeah, that, I'm sorry, that is an issue that happens to you on Discord. That won't be happening to the stream. I was just saying some stuff about Mohammed, but I then asked, what's next for you then, Jack?
Ooh, well, I have quite a few things planned, kind of ahead, because like to throw myself back a little bit, I started off with when Jeranism started out, because well, he was the first guy that I actually stumbled upon, and I was watching his ISS Live spacewalks, where he just like sat on his ass, and like it was abysmal, and it kind of stuck with me for like a year or two, and I was like, oh, at some point I'm gonna sit down and make a video. But then I started this channel, and I kind of started with different things, and I kind of kept those Jeranism live streams under wraps. But I have a script, I have everything like ready, and it might be long. It might be long. Well, in terms of runtime,
you've got a whole bunch of people now who are going to be waiting for your next video. And in fact, since this live stream's gone up and I announced it, you've picked up another 4 subscribers. So right now you're at 420, which is exactly 400.
Blaze it.
400 since we did the mirror. Hello, you still there, Jack?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I lost you for a minute.
No, I'm here.
Good.
420.
Yeah.
That's a magic number.
That's a cracking result, isn't it?
Yeah.
And honestly, it's well deserved. So, I'm going to look forward to seeing your next video.
I hope I'm not going to disappoint.
I'm sure you won't. If that last one was anything to go by, I don't see how you can. So, how many hours work was that for you to put that together?
Well, excluding me just being lazy, not doing anything really. Well, the only things that actually took me like quite a while to figure out were the part where I used Derry's video and put in a green screen in underneath the overlay. Oh, that was. I know a little bit of HTML editing, and I can like write a little bit of the script, but figuring out how to do this specific task, because nobody else did it. Like I looked it up on the internet, and
so
that was.
What video editing software are you using?
I'm just using Premiere, really. Premiere Pro. CC.
Okay. I've not used that one.
It's pretty good.
I mean, green screen is, as long as you've got the right green. I had issues with that before, but as long as you've got the right green screen is not that.
Can be a pain.
Well, I had some issues with mine, but I'm running green screen right now, and it worked like a treat tonight. I switched on the chroma just to drag the slider left or right, and perfect. Well, at least it looks perfect to my eye.
Yeah, looking great.
Yeah. Hey, thank you. That's just me. I I think we're looking better than Arwin.
Has Arwen got 1,000 subs
Arwen.
yet?
Oh yeah, that Arwen. Oh,
Yeah, that Arwin.
I like that guy. He's
Do
so
you?
funny. Well, I mean, that kind of liking, not like
Do you know,
ironic.
every now and then I go and have a look at his channel to see if there's something on there, but all he's got is his live streams and nothing else. And half the time he's sat there interacting with the chat, which is okay, but he doesn't read out what the chat's saying and then answer. He's just answering, so you just see him staring at the camera and suddenly giving an answer to something, and it doesn't give you much of a handle to get hold of to try and debunk him.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
excuse me, please. I'm a bit gassy tonight. Yeah, so I just find him dead boring, actually. Apart from when he got stroppy about his 1,000 subs.
That's actually like the same thing that's with modern day debate. Yeah, Nathan Oakley. Ah,
But he does lose his rag so easily. So he's done some shorter snippets lately, because I've done a couple of his lately. But he's such a horrible guy. Really is horrible.
I just really don't like the format, really, because if you noticed, like most of these people, they're kind of moving towards the live streaming format, and I mean, I can't really blame them. Making like proper videos, it's a lot of work. You need
It
to,
is.
and they never really did them, but
Well, the thing is, they do a proper video that's a 10-minute video. You, I, or any one of a number of debunkers would grab it and pull it to bits. But if it's a 2-hour, 3-hour, and I've seen a 6-hour live stream, who's going to sit through that to find something?
actually me, because I'm going to go like full mental on that journalism live stream, because it's actually 4 hours, 4
Blimey.
bloody hours.
Yeah, bloody being the operative word, I'd have thought.
But it's good. It's real good. If you like collapse every single like the good bits, and you know like play around like I do, you can get some good
Interesting.
stuff. But it's way too much work, even for me,
Yeah.
honestly.
What was that, Professor?
Interesting.
The Professor just like to jump in with the odd word every now and then, Jack, which I guess you're not going to pick up on, so sorry about that.
Yeah, kind of hearing duplicate audio streams.
Yeah, it gets hard. You're probably better off switching the live stream off and just listening to my gorgeous voice. So
You do have a good voice.
I tell you what, 90% of it though is this lovely microphone. So
Oh yeah, microphones make all the difference.
don't
really.
they just? Don't they just? So Jack, a bit about yourself. No more than you want to give away. What sort of area of the world are you from?
I live in Eastern Europe. There's this little country bordering Russia called Belarus. Lovely place.
Really? Do you know? I would never have guessed that.
Really.
Wow. So are you Belarusian?
Yeah, that's what it's called exactly. That's the thing. I speak Russian. So, by the way, in case you need something, if you need help with that, I'm always available.
Well, one of my videos was translated into Russian. I was dubbed over.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's cracking. I mean, it's a long time back, but watching myself speak Russian. Okay, the lip syncing isn't perfect, but
Yeah.
that was fantastic. This guy just did it. He was going to do some more. Whether he ever did, I don't know. I had a German teacher at school who was very good at languages, and he taught a friend of his asked him to give him a translation and to teach him how to say a certain phrase in several languages. It was Russian, German, and goodness knows what else. He wanted to know how to say "I surrender." That's all. So he could hold his hands up and say "I surrender" in all these languages. I think
Well,
the
I mean,
only
that's a really good
it's
sort of
not so bad,
thing
is
to
it?
have. No.
I think the extent of my Russian is "Niet" and "Do svidaniya." That's it.
No, that was pretty good.
Thank
Pretty
you.
good.
That's about it, though.
That's all right.
So Belarus. Do you know? I never said that because I couldn't place your accent. There is something else, though,
Yeah.
Jack. Something I'm going to have to raise with you that Mrs. Sensible brought up.
All right.
Okay. Right. I'll make this clear to everybody else. I don't know if you've seen Jack's little logo picture. A balding man. I reckon late 40s, 50s. I just assumed that was Jack. And then when he sent the video, I said, "Oh, this is an excellent video. Who is it that's in it that you've got to do this?" And he said, "Oh, it's so-and-so from was it Seinfeld?"
Yeah.
Yeah. And I said, "Oh, right. So how did you, what's your connection with him? How did you get him to do the video?" He said, No, it's Seinfeld in the logo. Jack is the person who's in the video. Yeah, so Mrs. Sensible made a suggestion, Jack. She suggests that you use your own picture as your logo. That's her suggestion. It's not me, but it's certainly.
Yeah, it is.
Man,
it
was
is
I
a good-
confused.
Yeah, I don't know what's it. I like ever since I started using social media. With me, I just cannot put my own face into the the little icon thingies because
Yeah.
I don't know. I look at myself and sitting down and looking at yourself every single time, and you're just I don't know, maybe like personal issues, but
Maybe a cartoon icon, like a lot of people use.
yeah,
those.
I am
use them.
definitely there's definitely like going to be some changes because I kind of started it as a meme because
Yeah.
George is a meme. And I kind of like him. And no, I'm gonna change all of that. I'm gonna make a new banner because that Photoshop thingy that I made like in 5 minutes was just for fun, really. And the icon, I'm probably going to change that too. So
Well, Mrs. Sensible,
coming.
Mrs. Sensible will be pleased, but I'd be careful of Mrs. Sensible. It might be that she's just grooming you. Okay, so you have to be very careful. She hasn't gone on stream yet. She did promise that she would come on for my 5K special, but recently, I know.
you're not far away from that.
No, I know. It's coming up on me. But recently she's been making noises hinting that she's going to back away from appearing. So I'm going to have to work on that, try and get it to come on. But there we go. But she's a terrifying... she's a terrifying woman, Jack.
Thing or
sorry, mate?
as a one-time thing or like...
as a one-time thing. She wouldn't want to be doing that. And I wouldn't think people would be wanting to see her either. I mean, the sight of her hairy knuckles dragging across the ground is quite terrifying. Oh, by the way, Where's Wally says to you, Jack, say hi to Jack from... say hi to Jack from Australia. So, I saw that, I believe Where's Wally, I saw had subbed to you. Because,
I was amazed, really.
Well, there you go. And I'm sure, Wally, stick a comment in the side chat. Don't you think Jack's video was a cracking job? I personally thought so. This is a big up Clapperjack night. That's a tongue twister.
Indeed.
What else we got? People saying about CC. Oh, he was the one that his wife walked past and said idiot or something, wasn't it?
She
go on.
He was doing a kitchen bit and she like, "Are you done? Like, I'm tired, I'm cold." And he's like, "I'm like in the middle of a thing." She just like, "I don't care."
I presume he was just uploading it live, was he?
Not sure, maybe.
But I guess only a flat Earth would be too stupid to think about editing it out. I watched a flat Earth thing today. I don't know who it was, and this guy's talking away, and then he suddenly stops, and then says, "Oh, sorry, I just had a text message," and then carried on. Well, why the hell don't you edit that out?
Yeah, they are struggling with editing, and I mean, editing is it can be a pain in like.
But that's simple, isn't it? You just cut before and cut after, even if it was a sudden jump from one bit to another, so you haven't got someone walking past calling you an idiot. I mean, that's not difficult.
Absolutely. Like, if I was CC, for example, I'd definitely not keep that in. That's like, it's all embarrassing.
Well, Mr.
He's driving all the time.
Both Mr. Andrat and Christopher Bell says it looks like I'm going to be sleeping on the sofa tonight. Result. Yeah, I hope so. Actually, I'll let you into a secret. This is my garden office with a cinema screen, and I've got a very comfortable reclining sofa. So it's not a bad shout to lock the door and stay in here by myself. I've done it before. She's persuaded me several times I wanted to do it. So, yeah, we're from Belarus. How do you say it? Belarus?
Belarus. Yeah,
Belarus. I can't place it.
I, I'm not hung up on the pronunciation. You can twist and turn it how you like.
Well, actually, I like to try and get those things right. I'm not going to speak it here, but my surname is one that's not a standard English surname, shall we say? So I like it when people try to pronounce my name correctly. I like to pronounce it correctly, but I can't place exactly where Belarus is.
If you like jump to Moscow, like on a
Yep.
map,
Yep.
and then you go west, like about, I don't know, just going west, there's going to be like this little thingy, a little bit above Ukraine,
Okay.
and it's wedged between Poland and Lithuania, I think.
Okay.
So we're kind of like locked inside of a thing.
So is Belarus sort of part of I don't know about the political side. Is it part of the sort of
No,
Russian
I can-
Federation or?
I can tell you a story if you want. We were in the Soviet Union,
Yes.
and when the Soviet Union was collapsing, a lot of things went like God knows where, and suddenly like random countries like started appearing, like mine,
Yeah.
and that's how it happened. And now we kind of sort of like we call ourselves an independent, like from Russian. Hang on, a republic. Republic
Yes.
of Belarus, and we are kind of like an independent state from Russia and everybody else. But there's sort of these like unspoken things between us and the Russians and the Ukrainians, because we kind of were a thing and now we're not a thing.
Mm.
And there's a lot of like sort of rules that you don't really say out loud, or they're not written anywhere, but we know them. It's kind of
What do
hard
you
to
mean?
explain, really.
What sort of rules
Um,
about what? So I don't want you to say something that's going to get you locked up by the
No,
KGB or FSB or whatever the hell they are.
No, nothing like that. They wouldn't really care about that anyway. We kind of, well, for example, we get their Russian programming,
Okay.
TV and stuff, and we don't really have our own because we never really developed it too much. There's like a few of them, and that's it. And for example, we know that when we like receive some information from the Russians from from the television, like take it like with a massive grain of salt, because you know they are sort of like us, but they are not the same as us at the same time, and we're like boundaries. It's kind of hard to explain, really.
Well, I'm of Hungarian extraction, and I was born and grew up in the UK, but I did visit Hungary, or have visited Hungary numerous times in my lifetime. The first 3 times was when it was still behind the Iron Curtain. So I've seen what the Eastern Bloc was like back in the 70s. I mean, it's quite odd. There was one time we were walking down a street, and we actually had someone stop us and ask my mum if we would sell our, the kids, mine and my brothers, sell our jeans that we were wearing. Honestly, because you just couldn't get them then. There was nothing like that there then.
Oh yeah, good old days.
Yeah, maybe.
From Russia with love.
That's right, Professor. So, things have changed because I was there at the time that Hungary sort of managed to become independent, and they were flogging T-shirts. Suddenly, everything was hyper. What's the word? Opposite of. Oh gosh, I can't think. the Western economies. What do you call that? The words totally escape me. Where everyone was going into business for themselves, and there were people selling T-shirts saying "Goodbye, comrade" to the Russians and things like that. Cashing in wherever they could. What's the word?
Oh
for
yeah, opportunists.
Yeah, but what's the word with as you're saying, being opportunistic? I can't think. Oh hell, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Anyway, through to it's a few years since I was last there, and it's totally changed, and it's very much like capitalist. Thank you, Sabre Legal and Jeff P. I couldn't think of the word at all. So it now seems very very little difference to other Western countries, just with a different language and some different customs. But other than that, it seems just the same. I know that when I first met Mrs. Sensible, so this was probably about 1991, I took her to meet my family in Hungary, and a relative of hers said, "Should you go? Is it safe?" It's really cool. I know. But people had no idea. So few people had been beyond the Iron Curtain.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pete Birdie's just said Clapperjack's English might be better than Mr. Sensible's. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean, honestly, when we were talking just before the live stream about what we could and couldn't say, and I said, look, I might ask you where you're from. For instance, you might say, well, I'm from America, but not. I assumed you were American. So there you go. I got that a bit. Got that a bit wrong. So
right, I had to go because. Yep. Go on.
Well, I was going to say, without wishing to dox yourself, again, don't say anything you don't want to say.
No, it's fine.
But what's your background, perhaps? What do you do in the world of work, or?
Well, there was. I kind of have, like a lot of people might have noticed, that the whole editing thing doesn't really, like. I mean, you don't just randomly start editing like that. There's like a lot of. You might notice that there's a lot of practice in what you see on the channel, and I kind of been working for quite a while, like editing freelance editor.
Okay.
And I've done quite a lot of things, but nobody's ever going to see that, and I'm keeping that private forever. But yeah, I've been a computer engineer for quite a while. I really love technology. When it comes to technology, that's why I actually jumped on what's this face? A Call for an Uprising, when he's just like was drooling about like NFC chips and RFID chips and how supposedly the credit card payments are slow in his mind for some reason. Guy never uses a smartphone, doesn't know how it works at all. Big shocker. But yeah, whenever I see a crazy or a wacko just jump into the technology sort of aspect of things and they just fail miserably, I'm just rubbing my hands like, oh boy. It's time for time for a video.
I mean, you're saying about technology. I started off in IT. I worked for nearly 20 years.
Cool.
20 years in IT. I started off on mainframe computers. We've been over that topic before. And actually, on my Discord today, my moderator, posted a video which showed the computer hand punch in some stuff about that with us. I've got it's exactly the same as the computer hand punch I got sat here on the shelf that I rescued when it's going to be thrown in a tip in the mid 80s. They had still been using them at the place I was working.
Yeah, the vintage stuff. I actually have like a typewriter that. No, it's not
vintage. It was still being used when I was there. There was only one or two guys who could still use them.
Everybody hit the like button.
Thanks, Professor.
I might have. Sorry.
No, you haven't offended me, far from it. So don't you worry. I'm only teasing you. Okay. So, sorry. It's you. It's you, Clapperjack, you posted in the chat some
Yeah,
Russian.
that's I said hello because the what Kurz both T's. That's how you say it.
I don't know,
He
but
said like
all the letters that follow his name, Kurbitize, they're all broken. The end's the wrong way round. What the hell's that first letter?
that is P, then goes R, then E, then V, then E, then T, and it's Privet.
So basically, all they've done is they've stolen the letters and changed the shape of them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually pretty interesting because the Russian language originates from Bulgaria, and there was these two guys called Kirill and Methody, and they were the ones that actually developed the alphabet. And if you even look deeper into it, that there's some crazy stuff. People been using bark to like write the first letters in like in the Slavic culture. And it's pretty interesting, really.
It's so strange though that some of obviously some of the letters look the same, but then I don't know what the letter is. Kurbitize put a message in back to you. The last word, the first letter of that last word, I don't know what the letter is. It looks like a strange letter A, but it's extra big.
That's a D.
Okay,
That's a D.
but it's such an unusual letter.
Oh yeah, there's lots of strange and like really interesting things that are completely different from the English language when it comes to the Russian language. Like for example, we have this we have two specific characters to emphasize softness of a word and hardness of a word.
Yeah.
Which is uh, they named the same, the hard sign and the soft sign, and they look like. Wait a minute, I need to switch the keyboard. This is the. Oh god, I'm afraid I might actually confuse the two because they look the same. Okay, this is the hard one, and this is, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, wait, does the keyboard actually have that? And this is the soft one, I believe. Yes, I can get confused myself.
Okay.
Especially, it's kind of complicated when you're. I don't only know two languages. I tried to go for a third, and I failed spectacularly.
What language was that?
Oh, that was German. Ironically.
Yeah, no, German was the the only real option, certainly when I was a kid, was French and German, and then perhaps Spanish, where I just did not get on with French at all, but German I found very logical and quite enjoyed that.
Oh my god, people are spamming Russian words now.
Yes. Toys.
The Russians are taking over again.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't mind visiting Russia. It's just such a massive country, isn't it? Just massive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, there we go.
I actually wouldn't like. Actually, the closest thing would be Kaliningrad.
Yes.
Not even Moscow, because Kaliningrad actually is a pretty interesting place. There's like so many buildings from the Soviet era, and you're just walking around like, and it has a beach and like the sea. Does it have a sea or a lake? I can't remember. I think it's a sea. Geography is
It's
leaving me.
It's not my strongest point, I must admit. But at least we got the shape of the globe right. I assume that you're a globe earther, Jack, and not a flatty.
So, I'm a dodecahedron earther. Excuse me.
So who is your favourite, if that's the right word, but favourite flat earther because of their dumb or stupid ideas or anything really?
Are we going to include people that are just pretenders in this category?
Well, whoever you want.
Well, my favorites were my first favorite was Jeranism, but then he became lazy and he just stopped doing like actual videos entirely. He started participating and like talking with people. He just quit it. and then Globebusters were born, and I was like, well, I mean, it's all right. I can watch this. It's just as stupid. It's something different. Yeah, okay. And then through Globebusters, I met David Weiss deep into the rabbit hole. Ditrh.
Oh,
That
him.
man.
Oh, yeah.
That man is mad. He is out of his mind. If
Have
he
you-
is legit, I have my doubts.
Did
but
you see?
He is legit.
Did you see his video with that old lady?
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh yeah.
disgusting. Telling her that it's all lies and the world really is flat, and it's obviously
just-
she then lapped it up, believed every word he said.
It's kind of sad. By the way, is that his relative or something? Because I watched that video only briefly. I didn't like get into it because I got instantly like just turned off by it. Is that someone he knows? Is that his relative? Is that like a nursing home or
No, because he said that I think he said he was visiting a relative and asked if he
Oh my
could speak
God.
to whoever. What was it? I can't remember. But he did ask if he could speak to. I can't remember if he said your oldest person here. I can't remember, something like that. So the picture I got was that it was not a relative of his.
My word. What a
Scumbag. Yeah.
trying not to swear.
Well,
he's a vampire. He goes for the sanity of the weakest people to just siphon the energy out of him to make himself feel better or something. I don't.
yeah.
At least that's the picture I'm getting.
Yes. What do you think of him, Prof?
DITRH is a total toss pot.
Well, I can't argue with that. Thanks, Prof. The professor visits and pops in every now and then and throws in a comment. Actually, his language has been rather better than his first appearance on my video. But there we go. Yeah, I don't think much of that bloke. It's like Nathan Thompson with regard to the kids.
Oh, Nathan Thompson.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that guy too. Like when he sat down and cried on Facebook.
Oh, you've done a video on that, haven't you?
Yeah,
There's another one for
video
everyone
about
to check out on your channel.
It was honestly it wasn't like my best stuff. I just like quickly through I actually was like absolutely not in the mood at that time. I had like a little bit of a downtime after that Russian vids video. I was absolutely not having it, and I kind of just grabbed a beer and thinking, you know what, he's drinking, I'm drinking, I can't hear him sober. I'm just gonna have at it.
Sorry, I just noticed in the chat twice now I've seen mention of strawberry jam, meat and strawberry jam. What the hell is that? Are you guys got some sort of weird perverted thing going with me and strawberry jam? I'm worried, Jack. I'm really worried. Yeah, so I'll tell you who I did enjoy, and that was that guy, because he was so bloody dumb and so bloody sure of himself. He was talking about the bulge around the equator, and he was basically saying that there can't be, because, for instance, as ships go down, allegedly from north to south over the equator, they'd be having to climb a bulge 13 miles high. And you think when you got Everest, you can hardly breathe, and it's freezing cold. So it'd be freezing cold around. Oh my God. He actually seemed to think it was a sudden hump at the equator that was 13 miles tall.
God.
Yeah, exactly. But he's abandoned his channel now. He said, because I was tackling him, and Where's Wally was tackling him. We were sort of almost double teaming, and then that guy was going on about moon phases, which I wasn't so interested in. But Wally carried on. Next thing we saw, that guy closed down his channel, and he's gone.
Well, I guess it's a win then, because
Well, is it though? I was talking to Mrs. Sensible tonight, actually, about the what's his name, Derry, and saying about these copyright strikes. So if I issued him with a couple of copyright strikes and then someone else
Wouldn't
did,
do
it
anything.
would close his channel. She said, "Yeah, but don't you want him there so that you've got someone to bash?" And actually, she's got a point. We could be really successful, get them all closed down, or get them all to give up, and then have nothing to talk about.
Yeah, that's actually like the biggest dilemma ever, really, because on one hand, if you force these people to go away, uh, you kind of might think that they've learned their lesson and they just stopped doing whatever they're doing, but you don't know. They might have just closed the channel and go, do it in real life. Who knows? And if they do close their channels, I mean, kind of you do lose a lol cow, like a really good juicy lol cow. And yeah, I'm kind of debating myself on that too all the time, really.
Well, Wes Wallace in the chat said that that guy's still on. Was it Facebook? Sorry, Wally, I didn't.
Yeah, Facebook.
Yeah, still on Facebook. Yeah, he was dumb. He should just go tie a knot in it. His dad should have tied a knot in it. But there we go. Yeah, so's him. Level Earth Observer is someone who I've targeted several times.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah,
He's
because
great.
apparently the crane is the proof of everything.
Hey, at least he has a real job. Like a job that's actually useful.
Well, he does. I'm surprised that he can hold it down without. I mean, if they ever saw him, would they let him carry on? I don't know. Well, Mohammed
It depends how
Shafiq says
good he is.
he's got plenty more like Derry Francis.
Oh yeah.
Because quite a few of these people slipped over to BitChute.
Yeah,
So,
BitChute is their favorite now because BitChute is not cracking down on them as hard. Especially, what was their name? Space Busters. Space Busters.
yes,
Those people were doing like those long exposés about like the thing, the virus. I'm not gonna
yes,
say
the
it like
5G. No, that's
totally.
okay. Well, yeah, I did one on Space Busters recently with the moon.
Mm.
Yeah,
I kind of like that they're like YouTube videos more because they were like a bit more concise and less like I hate when they just rather than trying to use their own wits, their minds, their research, sitting down
super
like
chat,
properly, like we do.
excellent.
They just slap together a lot of like other people's things, and it's a mess. It's a mess. It's really hard to watch sometimes. Now,
Well,
Opinion says, I always
yes.
imagined you'd work at Vandelay Industries?
Well,
Vandelay.
now Opinions just super chatted 59 Swedish krona, saying right before you mentioned yourself and strawberry jam, I never thought about that. Now I can't get the image out of my mind. Damn you! Is that you, Mister Now, or you, Mister Pinion? And when are you doing more videos? I miss your videos.
Yeah, they're good. They're
They're
good.
fun, aren't they?
Now, when I first like found their channel, I kind of like jumped in there, and I really need to spank myself for this because I've been like this consuming thing with politics. And they made a video about like Trump. Is he a flat earther? And I kind of just like went a little bit off my edge, and I was like, "Oh, you didn't really say that. That's not correct." And I'm like, and then I regretted that. I was like, Stop, don't do that," because politics is just like
Well,
it's
I,
awful.
I yeah, I do actually really enjoy arguing politics, but
Really?
not on my channel. I don't do that at all. There's a guy I work with who has extremely strong political views. Some of the things he says, I think, do you know what, you're right about that, but a lot I don't. But what I really love, because he's so outspoken, is
Mm.
walking into the room, making some comment, something that I know will get him angry about some politician that he thinks is the bee's knees or whatever, and walk out again and leave him. Leave it. He's steaming and his veins are throbbing in his forehead and his face is going red, and everyone else is having to sit there and listen to it. And I've just wandered off. I love it.
Ju- just a wee bit of trolling.
Oh, now Pinion says he'll be making a new video as soon as he gets a new job, which is very close now. Well, good luck with that now. I wish you well, and we're looking forward to seeing the videos. Definitely.
Videos are awesome. Like when people make videos, like no matter how like weird or strange or low quality they are, or good quality. It doesn't really matter. The videos are great. I love that. It's just so fantastic that we can like in this day of age just like share stuff that we can just create out of nothing, essentially.
Yeah. Well, it is good fun. It's interesting seeing different people's takes on things as well. So
Exactly.
so I mean, if you've done a video or I've done a video on something and then you do the same video, that's not the end of the world, because I mean that's happened plenty of times, and people pick up on different things, and even when they're picking on the same thing, one person will bring, I don't know, some sarcasm into it, and someone else will bring something else into it, and it's all good fun. It's all good fun, but
Indeed.
we need more of these flatties making videos, I think. Excuse me. Look, we've got a couple other guests in the waiting room. I'll bring them over and join us for a chat if you're up for that, then, Jack. I don't know when you need to go. If you need to go at any time, just shout.
I'm fine.
Cool.
I'm fine.
Well, if you need to run, just let us know. All right. So I'll give them a few seconds so that they know that they're going to get dragged over. We got two people in chat. We got Flint, who's joined me about 3 times, I think, previously, and Crafty Keeler, who's becoming a regular on this channel as well. I don't know if you've seen Keeler's goatee channel, Jack.
Not yet.
But well, I am. About a month, it must be about a month ago, Keeler was on my live stream. She came on for a chat, just as you have. She'd never been on a live stream, didn't have a channel. We were talking. I said, "Look, why don't you start a channel?" Because she'd said that she'd got this video of her little goats. And during my live stream, she created a YouTube channel. By the end of the live stream, she had 15 subscribers. She also got noticed by Conspiracy Cats, who mentioned her.
Awesome.
And she's got about 600 subscribers, probably a bit more now. Let me bring them in. So we got Flint, good evening to you, and Crafty Keeler, hello to you. You're both on live.
Hello.
Good evening. Everyone speaks and then everyone's quiet. Okay, let's go one at a time. Flint, how are you?
Yeah.
Indeed.
Just had to mute the stream from you, so.
Okay. Well, we got Jack, Mr. Clapperjack.
Everything twice.
Flint and Crafty Keeler. How are you doing tonight, Keeler?
I'm doing well. I'm tired. Still going through the process of kidding. We had one born yesterday, which was a bit of a nightmare, but he's doing well. Mammy's doing well. Other than that, yeah, I'm well.
Cool.
Doing all right.
Cool. As long as you keep them busy.
Yeah. More hours than I need.
Too busy.
More hours than I know what to do with.
Oh.
But it's one of those things that I've not got the energy to do anything.
Oh. What about you, Flint? Are you keeping busy?
Yes, I'm actually a bit. I mean, I was on it to solve some exercises for studying,
Super,
and yeah,
Excellent.
I'm happy that I made something which produces something. Basically, an Octave script which makes me show how looks the function which I imagine it. So yeah, I'm happy.
Good.
It works.
And did you and you, Flint, and you, Keeler, did you see Jack's channel?
Yes.
I haven't yet. I did subscribe. I've been like with the last live stream. I've been so busy with the babies. I've not even had time to breathe, really.
Well, I think you'll be impressed.
Mhm.
I'm going to be watching it tomorrow, definitely.
Well, I mean, you might as well watch it on Jack's channel as opposed to mine. I mean, hey, I like.
That's what I'm going to do. Get them.
Even better, watch it on both.
These are important. Viewing it, I'm finding out that's important.
Well, you want views, but I'm not trying to steal Jack's views, you know.
Views ain't everything in life, really.
Yeah.
Sorry, abusing,
Grass
did you say?
Clapperjack.
Views.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just read a super chat I've got from Surf, which is a little sticker saying, "Hey there." Isn't that what it says? Hey there. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Oh, that's the one we were arguing about last week. Is it a cat? Is it a fox? I don't know. I think
Fox.
it's
Fox.
a cat.
the
Fox.
fuck?
Now,
It's
Look at that
listen.
orange.
tail. Look
Pointy
at that
nose.
tail.
Okay, I think chat. Can you?
It's a critter. It's a critter.
I think chat. I say fox or cat, and we'll see what people's opinion is. Fox or cat.
I mean, you could, when you say Fox, that is basically just dog hardware running cat software.
Oh, that's a good meme. I love that.
I mean, I'm closely related to that stuff because as a furry myself, I'm confronted by this quite often, and it's funny. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I just put a message out to Spunchik. Spunchik, I don't believe I've got you blocked on the channel. I've not seen any messages come up. If any mods can see any messages from Spunchik, that's CIK. Can you please make sure he's unblocked? I've got no reason to think he should be blocked from the channel. I don't know if you're still here and still listening, Spunchik, but if that's the case, then it's in error. My apologies. Try and get it sorted out. Okay, yeah, sorry about that, guys. I just got a message from him, and he's not someone who's banned in any way that I'm aware. But we've got another visitor to join us, sat in a waiting room, who I'll bring in a minute, and that's Demon Orb, who I don't think, off the top of my head, I don't think has been on the channel before. There we go.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Demon Orb is awesome.
So, Crafty, when's your next video out?
Yeah, I was just telling Colin this. So I've been delayed with my video. I've been seeking legal advice before I even do anything more with it.
Ooh.
I do have it. Have the written. But I did want to talk to a friend of mine who is a solicitor, just in case, because it's to do with language around the denial movement. It's to do with similarities between the leadership of the Flat Earth movement and the leadership of cults. So I wanted to be on my best behavior because the Messiah complex is real, especially with the flurfs. So I did want to make sure that I covered all my bases. So it will be done at some point as well. Obviously, the real life has taken over, so I'm in full swing with that. I have 13 babies to look after.
Oh, well. That does sound like a fun video. No, like deep analysis and stuff.
It's challenging because I've done research on cults before, the kind of language that surrounds them for university, but
Sorry, cults.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a whole different look.
Yeah.
Because
and
it's centered around the language.
It depends what. Now I'm having to be careful. Isn't that sad? You have to, but I'm having to be careful.
Have to be very careful.
Okay, there is a certain very large group that considers itself a religion, and others do not, who are extremely litigious. To the extent that if, for instance, I was doing a video about them, if I showed any of their symbols, they would sue me because they believe their symbols are copyright, which would be no different than say, the Catholic Church saying, no, you can't have the cross because that's our copyright. So, yeah, they're a nasty bunch to deal with.
You have to be very, very careful.
Don't you
have
just?
to be very careful.
Don't you just? Right, so let's bring in this Demon Orb. Hello, Demon Orb. Good evening to you. Hello. Demon Orb.
He's gone back.
He's gone back out again. He's run away.
I think he likes Colin better.
Yeah. Well, Colon's very fetching in his James Bond tuxedo there, isn't he?
Definitely.
Oh, Colin is nice. Colin is nice.
Yeah, I always love to talk with him about many stuff.
He's a good guy, isn't he?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Very helpful person to have. And I'm extremely grateful because he sits there live stream after live stream. I don't know if he can actually listen to the live stream, but he sits here on the Discord in the waiting room, and as people who are going to come on pop up, he chats to them, makes sure their sound's working, tells them what they need to know, and then just chats to them, and then all of a sudden they're ripped away from him and into the live, and he's left sat in there again.
So, yeah, Colin, you hear this, we know it. Thanks again for doing this.
He's not the hero that we deserve, but the hero that we need.
Yeah, I like that. Oh, and a couple of people have named a certain group in the live chat. I'm not going to name a group. You may suggest those names. You may suggest those names, but I'm not possibly going to comment.
Well, you see, so for the next two videos, I am looking at language of the globe denial movement, and then the one after that is looking at science and religion and the relationship between them, and the accusation that science is a religion. They kind of feed hand in hand with each other, but they have to be pulled apart a little bit.
Yes.
So,
That sounds like some good
it's
stuff.
fun.
So I don't know if that's me you can hear typing, or if someone else is typing as well.
I think that's you.
I'm sorry?
Pretty sure that's you typing.
I might have been typing. I might have been. I'm trying to fix this thing for Spunchick as well at the same time. So, but I'm not going to risk knocking the stream out. If I can't sort of fix it fairly straightforwardly, I'll have to try it afterwards, I'm afraid, because I've seen the area of YouTube where people are blocked, but finding it, it's not something that I can find off the top of my head. So I think I'm going to have to look at that and sort it afterwards. Okay, Spunchick? Sorry about that. Yeah. So where were we? So you got these couple of videos lined up, and yep. When do you think the first of those will be out then?
I'm hoping by the weekend. Definitely hoping to have it out by Sunday.
So not far off now.
Oh. Well, it's written. It's written.
Yeah.
And I apologize to Mark because I think I accidentally brushed by my screen on my phone and timed him out by accident. I'm sorry. The phone is going off. So I'm not going to be able to see the chat now. I don't trust myself now. Yeah, so I'm hoping by the end of the weekend. So Saturday, Sunday max. And then by Wednesday I'll have the intro to learn Space Comma.
To do what, sorry?
I'll have the proper introduction to the Debunk Duo.
That'll be good. You get nice close-ups and show them chilling by the pool and stuff like that.
I've been trying to move so fast, and because there's now there's 11 of them running around it. Well, there's now 12 of them running around all in the one. So it's very hard to separate them out as well because they just want to play with each other.
Yeah.
So they're running around in hordes. So it's trying to get it so you're able to tell them apart from the others. That's not as easy as you might think.
Well, not with the speed that you showed them running up that little lane. Absolutely galloping along.
That's them.
Yeah, absolutely
that's them
galloping.
all the time. All the time. It's not just on that hill. It's in and out of the goat house. It's in and out of the field attached to the goat house. They're running all around, and there's 9 or 10 of them at a time.
Everything is new for them.
Yeah, so excited. Great.
Yeah, we kind of all are when we're young.
I still am. What with being young, you see. What's with the bloody laughing? Oh dear. Oh, I'll tell you what. I've got a video out tomorrow, which I enjoyed doing, but the one that's out on Friday, which is the channel that Mohammed pointed me to. Oh, I had a big laugh doing that today.
Can't wait.
Nor can I. I don't know whether to do it as a premiere or not. I never really know, because premieres can be fun, but if someone joins halfway through, they can't see the beginning until the premiere has ended. Yeah. So swings and roundabouts. Right now, I've got it.
The only thing
set as a
with
video.
the Premiere, is you get instant feedback as it's happening, which is fun.
It
And
is
you can
indeed.
interact with people.
But the other thing is then with the live chat, it doesn't go into comments. So I don't know how that works with
What do you
YouTube's
mean?
algorithm. It's a set like.
No, it doesn't
no,
go into it doesn't go into comments. But if you replay the video later, you can see the live chat if you wish.
Yeah, there's an option for that.
Yeah.
Don't know how to knock it off. So.
Well,
I think I've done one, maybe two. I think I've done one of my videos, my first one, as a premiere, and no, I've done two as a premiere, and it's just been so much fun actually getting to see people's reaction as they're watching it for the first time.
Yes.
That's exciting. That is exciting.
It is indeed. It is indeed. But the other issue I have is if, let's say, well, I've done that video and I want it to be out at Friday. If I set that now as a live premiere on Friday at 9, the alert goes out now, which is no good. That's 2 days away.
That's what? Oh yeah, it does that.
So what I'd have to do is remember to actually upload it on the day.
The other thing is you kind of want to be there for the premiere starts. So if you're working and you're delayed coming home,
I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't set a premiere unless I absolutely could guarantee I've been there. I came across one person who set a premiere and then for whatever reason wasn't going to be able to do it, and so they just, which is all right, but it sort of defeats the purpose of it, really.
Yeah, it's not the same.
I've been at a premiere, watching a premiere, and the person had come in halfway through. So what does everyone think? Okay, bye.
Oh, that's a bit.
Didn't make sense, but it was. We all have fun anyway in the chat. The usual suspects.
And it is the usual suspects. You soon get to know the people who are around. I popped into someone's live stream yesterday. I can't remember which one it was. Literally just popped in, and I just said hi because I'm going to run, and I was watching for about 30 seconds, and someone else put, and it's a name I didn't even recognise, said, "Hey, the cheese man is here." So that was funny.
Brilliant.
I can imagine.
So what are you up to? What have you been up to lately then, Flint?
Studying and procrastinating.
Procrastinating? What are you procrastinating about?
Studying.
That's the really interesting question you have.
Yeah, it is. For me, it's like really difficult to get focus on the things, and you have to imagine I'm not dealing with normal math anymore. The math I'm doing, it's like I have the real part and the imaginary part. So that's what I'm dealing with.
Theoretical maths?
Actually, practical is in signal theory, feedback controls, all that stuff you learn as an electrical engineer.
Ooh,
all the fancy stuff.
Sleeping
stuff.
Warrior Dash
Very
was
nice.
a dense idiot.
I can barely do
Definitely.
basic math, so.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm also kind of terrible at it.
I mean, I actually love solving problems like this, and it gives me a thrill when I see, oh, that's the solution to the whole problem, and yeah, that's the engineering mindset I want to achieve. That's where I want to go.
Well,
We need, the world needs more people like you, Flynn.
Not on the procrastination stuff.
But that's interesting you say that about solving problems, Flint. As I said, I used to be IT and I was second line support, so we were working at machine code level, and so you could have some real tricky problems, and some you could solve quite quickly, and others would take quite some time, and got a real kick out of doing that. But me and the guy I closely worked with, we had this theory that and it seems to hold true, that when you're finally getting close to the solution, it will throw lots of little other problems at you. Things will get in the way just to sort of try and trip you up. And I found that with other things throughout my life. when I was just fitting the flipping cat flap for Arnold the other day. Got 90% there, and then I found that the tunnel wouldn't fit, or something else and something else and something else just get in the way, and you start to get frustrated. And then I always remember back to working with this guy, and I think, no, the reason that's getting in the way is because I've nearly got this solved, and invariably that's correct. I'll sort of take a deep breath, solve this other little problem, and then you find you're there. That's very deep, isn't it? Oh, sorry
that's
to.
good ways.
Yeah, well, it's thinking positively. Colon has just pointed out, and I've been watching this as well. Sleeping Warrior is now only on 4580 subs to my over 4710. I know. I've been watching him the past few days. He has dropped about 40 subs, and I think it's because he is doing all these videos. All these videos about this ranty flat Earth and super chats for was it Roxy, and people aren't interested in that. I don't think they're interested.
Well, it's not just that. There's a lot of people who, one, are taking Ranty's side, and two, what he's doing, A, is petty, and B, not his business. There's a lot of people that has been turned off by him.
Yeah. Well, I just put a comment in these videos saying I brought popcorn.
Sure, you like that one.
So they're eating each other. Oh, sorry.
They're going after themselves like wolves.
It's a bit of an implosion.
What there is, Jack, is Ranty was doing some sort of live stream. I don't know all the ins and outs, but super chats and donations were being made. And there is an argument, and he was talking about raising money or passing on money to some other flat Earth lady called Roxy or Roxanne, I'm not sure. And then there's an argument about whether he paid the monies on or not. And then there's an argument about whether he was actually promising to pay them on. I don't know all the details, and frankly, I'm not interested. But Sleeping Warrior is, and he's been calling Ranty out about it. And Sleepy's been losing subs. He's been hemorrhaging subs.
So it's essentially just casual drama, really.
It's typical Flurf. As soon as they get a little bit of an argument, they stab each other in the back.
Riley is a drama queen anyway.
So who is? Who's a drama queen?
Riley is a drama queen.
Riley, yeah. And change of subject. Did anyone or did everyone see JM Truth on Fox last night? I was in bed, so I didn't watch it.
God.
But Colon pointed it my way. And I jumped in at 1.5 hours, and I saw the relevant bit, and then saw JM rage quit. I've not watched the after show yet, which I'm still looking forward to. That was fun.
What was interesting was I am a member of FTFE's channel. And he started doing these live streams before the main debate. It's for a chat with the members and whatnot. It's good fun. And halfway through it, JM came in and absolutely ranted about certain individuals.
Sorry, where was this, Keela?
In the members stream.
Oh, okay.
For FTFE.
Yeah.
So he was ranting about certain members of the Flat Earth. And
hold on. Are you saying JM Truth is a member of Fight the Flat Earth?
No, he was brought in because
he's JM Truth.
No, because it was the debate.
Okay.
Brought onto the Hangouts.
I see.
Whereas we were all watching.
Yes.
He was kind of. It's a way of introducing the guest to the members before actually bringing him onto the show and whatever. So onto the chat anyway, and oh my god, dumpster fire started well before the debate.
Yeah, he is kind of. You know what's funny when he goes around and says that he's such a great filmmaker, and then he uploaded that video about the drama in the casino with his like flat earther pals.
Yep.
And he uploaded it. It was 480p. With like bunch of DSLRs in the back, and I'm just like he like made cuts and everything like from different sides. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Well, he was on a stream. I don't think it was this. No, it wasn't this stream. I think it was about it might have been a previous stream on Fight, and he looked and sounded like he was on a CB radio, and it was filmed through a potato. I mean, it was appalling.
I mean, even I, who is working with possibly the worst operating system to stream from or record or make videos from, I managed to get a decent stream.
Yeah.
And I'm by no way, and if anyone says I'm a highly educated whatsoever, I will say no, I'm an idiot. I'm just using it. And anybody saying I'm smart, I will deny it. I will say no, please don't.
Well, my PC was pretty high up the range when I got it, because I tend to buy high and keep it for a long time. But my PC is about 8 years old now. I'm running Windows 7 Ultimate. So, I like Windows 7. It's the best Windows. And I'm filming through a £15 Logitech webcam. I don't think this is turning out too bad.
It's actually, wow. I actually thought you had like a DSLR or something.
No. Do you know, I was going to pick up the camera to show you the camera. That doesn't work, does it?
Those
You
who
can put the
aren't
mirror
aware,
on it.
I haven't got one, sorry.
For those who aren't aware of what actually happened about the rage quit, not to ruin it for you, but
It's worth a watch.
Essentially, what happened was he was on a debate. JM Truth was on a debate against Red's rhetoric, where he was calling Reds out for Reds and Astronomy Live out on their video on the booster launches and landings.
For
And
SpaceX.
Typical JM.
So obviously it was shown to be all a load of crap. And on the debate last night, when the debate had kind of concluded, Eds had sent Fight the Flat Earth some questions. He asked the questions. And JM immediately, I don't want to talk about Reds. I don't want to talk about Reds. Now, what people didn't realize was every single challenge that JM Truth had to Reds was fed to him by a guy called Negative Exponents. That was his name. Negative Exponents, who was pretending to be a flirf or on the verge of flirfdom.
So pretty much a troll.
Yeah. Not downloaded the video that Reds and Astronomy Live took the time to actually make for him. To have a look through and to debunk, I suppose.
Yeah. They told him to download it to check the metadata.
Took everything from his so-called friend, from this guy Negative Exponents, who does brilliant work, by the way, and basically called Reds out without even looking at any of the footage.
Oh my god!
And he was called out. That's why he left. Because Negative Exponents came forward and said, "No, I have audio tapes. I have several emails from you saying didn't watch it, didn't even download it. Yet you do your own research." So that was the center of the rage quit.
What do you think of the rage quit then, Prof?
JM Truth rage quit like a little girl. Ha ha ha. What a pussy.
Don't get to hear it.
You'll have to watch the replay. He said, Professor said that JM Truth rage quit like a little girl. Ha ha ha, what a pussy.
Even a girl would rage quit like that. Sorry, no.
Oh, he makes me laugh, though. I mean, a rider of dinosaurs, JM Truth was always a pet flair for Rod. He's an idiot. I mean, you think of all the skills he's got. You know, modified sniper school. He's apparently taught physics, and he's a filmmaker.
Apparently.
He did what?
He's a master of physics, apparently.
Yeah, who doesn't know what was it? The second law of thermal dynamics. He said. Oh dear.
Oh, I laughed so hard.
And
what's funny about it as well was at the beginning of the debate when it actually started, Nathan Thompson was in the chat. JM was getting texts from Nathan. So he's there. Nathan is my best friend in the world. Oh my God, Nathan Thompson is amazing. And I swear to God, you could see the brown on his nose. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sucking
JM,
up to Nathan.
JM, you're a failure, mate. Go do
Yes,
something
I mean-
different. Go do something different.
That's just.
I mean,
Can I say, bravo to the flat Earth, bravo to Red's rhetoric, and bravo to negative.
Well,
Yeah,
so Keely, you're
those
starting
guys
to
have been-
crack up again. Your signal's been great tonight, but it's starting to break up again, like on previous occasions, I'm afraid.
I think I'm good now. Just moved.
Good.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
I mean-
people
Okay.
saying apparently he's a biochemist. He's a medical professional. That was it. I mean, he said he spent several years working in the medical field. What the hell does that mean? Does that mean that he cleaned up sick and changed those sort of cardboard urine bottles? What the hell does that mean? I worked in the medical field. What were your qualifications? Well, I worked in the medical field.
Carry on, dude.
great.
When it comes to JM, the best part that I like it. What did he say, that he's an alternative sniper or something like that? What was it?
He attended modified sniper school.
that's the one. That just cracked me up.
Yeah.
What a hilarious man.
I mean, something what astonishes me, and he is from an English-speaking country,
Yep.
and I know I have my problems with grammar and that sort of, and it's fairly known. But I've gotten by actually writing a lot of stuff a lot better in my grammar, and I'm doing less mistakes thanks to spelling checkers. Great help.
Well, that's right.
And secondly, because I started to know, wait, that doesn't sound right. It must be worded differently. I noticed that, and English is not my native language, and even with German, I have the problem, and I'm getting better by just trying to write, and yeah, I'm trying to improve myself in my writing, but. Again, I'm not the best in that.
Well, Tusk says that he also said he was head of a hospital trauma unit for 6 years, but he won't say which hospital. And Clive Wells says he was a resuscitation dummy. I don't think he's that qualified.
You know, the best laughs I got out of that now was thermal dynamics. The axis is.
No.
Well, the thing
Didn't
is,
know axes.
He says that he's. Sorry, I sometimes have trouble. You know, I admit it. I know a word and I can't think what it is. That sort of mental thing where you can't, you misspell words and so on. What's the word for that? There's a proper word.
Dyslexia.
Dyslexic, that's it, yeah. He says that he's dyslexic, and that's fine. That can't be helped. But in which case, you use the tools that are available, like spell check it, or perhaps get someone to read it over for you. Because if you've ever seen his posters for his... he was going to be doing that movie, was it Beyond the Curve, or whatever the hell it was, with Shelley. There were typos in the promo thing. I mean, if you're dyslexic, you either get someone else to do it, or you certainly get someone to check it. Not JM. Oh no, not JM. Thanks, guys. Yeah, dyslexia.
Yeah. I mean, as I said, I have huge trouble with that, and grammar-wise, basically, the one suffering from my incompetence is my mom. She checks everything which is almost a bit important. Say, is that correct? Do you see anything which is wrong? And the mistakes gotten less because I look out and use tools to help me.
Well, that's right.
That's all right. That's important.
That's right. And because if you have something like that and it's a disability that you have to try and work around it. You know? There we go. But not JM. Not JM.
No, JM doesn't care. He doesn't care.
He's not aware,
He thinks he's all high and mighty and he knows everything and he's all this great dude.
Yeah,
No.
I don't understand that mentality because you've got someone like Fight, who has got a physics degree. Now, if I was talking something physics, I've got some basic ideas of the concept to a layman's level, and perhaps with certain areas I've looked in and understand a bit more. But hey, I'll say, look, I don't know about this or that. It's nothing to be ashamed of. I've never learnt it. I'm not qualified in it. I will bow to the superior knowledge of someone who is. You don't just turn around and say, well, no, I'm an expert. You just make yourself look stupid. Oh, too late, JM. You've done that. Dear, oh dear.
Yeah, I actually been thinking about this whole thing. Like when you, the most important part is always to doubt yourself, because when you doubt yourself, you have room to improve and understand things. For example, the flat earthers, the conspiracy theorists, like Derry, all of them, they for some reason think that they I don't know, if they don't want to look stupid or something, they always want to just be this perfect person, but it's not how it works. You're flawed. You need to understand that. You need to learn from that. You need to find a way to better yourself. And they just ignore that somehow.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
And
Yeah.
I just invite Huge Arse on because he has a really, really good project I think people should be hearing about.
Oh, that sounds interesting. So, just as we're finishing then with JM, what's your final thoughts, Professor?
JM is an op socket. He has been abandoned.
He has indeed been abandoned. Oh, Prof, you're great. I love the Professor. He's going to be a regular guest, I reckon. So is Hugh around, and is he's popping into this?
He's in the chat.
Oh, right. Well, yes, Hugh. Pop into the live waiting room. We'll bring you in, and you can tell us about your new project.
Yeah,
Me and Hugh started at the same time. From the same live stream, so it's really cool to see his channel taking off as well. So
good stuff. Good stuff.
I have to say that when I for the first time that I heard one of your patrons Huge ass, every single time it gets a chuckle out of me. I don't know.
It will never get old, will it?
No,
it's a great name.
It never does.
You see his video when he showed loads of different creators, including me, seeing him in chat or reading out chat, huge arse. And who was it? Mensa Girl says huge.
Mensa Girl trying to.
And she just couldn't say it, could she? She said huge. Oh, how do you say your name?
Explain to me how to say your name.
She didn't want to say huge arse, did she?
Oh,
it's a fantastic name. Cheers for that name.
Incidentally, Clapperjack, how did you come up with your name?
Oh, it's quite a story. I've been YouTube is most of the time I spend watching YouTube. That's my thing. I love it, and I've been watching PewDiePie for quite a while, and sort of this whole the thing that he does next meme.
No,
he claps.
No, I don't frequent small channels like that. I've never watched him. I have literally just flicked into his channel a couple of times, but all that Minecraft stuff is not of interest to me.
That's all right. Well, in any case, he reviews memes sometimes, and he claps and segues into a next thing. I don't know. I kind of picked it up.
Yeah.
I watched way too much of that stuff, and I was I started translating into real life, and people were like, "What? Why are you clapping? What are you doing?" And I was like, I don't know. And then I'm just a clapping Jack, clapping Jack. And I was like, Jack Clapper, clap, Mr. Clapperjack. I don't know. It just kind of came together. I was like, oh.
Well, we've got Huge Arse in the waiting room, and Mr. John Rapp in side chat says Huge Arse is an Aussie. He's awesome. We're awesome. I have no problem with awesome Aussies. No problem at all. So, Huge Arse, you're here in the live stream, Hugh. Tell us about your new project. Good evening to you.
Well, good evening to everyone there. Or greetings and salutations is what I should say. Gee, I missed that point.
Good day, mate.
So g'day, how you going? A couple of days ago, I put out a video. Actually got another one uploading right now. But the video a couple of days ago is titled "The Great Observation in the Southern Hemisphere," or GOSH for short.
I did see something about it, but go on.
Yeah, it explains what I'm hoping to coordinate people from South America, South Africa, and Western Australia to do around June 21st. A lot of flirts say that if you can show that people in those three continents can see the same stars at the same time,
Yep.
then they're convinced that the Earth's a globe, because that can't happen on the AE map, for example. Because South America and Western Australia are exactly on the opposite sides of the Earth, so you couldn't be possibly seeing the same stars.
But Hugh, you've forgotten about the old flat earthers fallback, which is bendy light. I'm sure that will come into it somehow.
I really don't care about what the flat earthers who are too far gone are concerned. This is all about those who are on the fringe. People like my daughter, for example, who is 20 years old and is open to all sorts of silly ideas.
Oh my goodness.
Because she doesn't have enough experience to, process things properly. She doesn't have enough information about what's right and what's wrong. She's just, everything's all new, you might say.
Yeah.
Not that she's in trouble, but I know there's a lot of people of that age group who, that's why Flat Earth sort of had a bit of a spike a couple of years ago, because they'd never really seen the arguments against it before. And that's basically why there is a debunking community, because so many Flat Earth channels came up, and then the debunkers came along as well. So I'm aiming at the people at the fringe. The people who are too far gone, they're never going to be.
No.
So I just don't waste my time. I like pointing and laughing at them, but apart from that, anyway. So if there's only one time of the year where it's nighttime on all three continents, and it's only just, and it's around the longest night of the year, which is June 21st. But about a week either side of that, it's still possible. So I'm looking for people who, in those locations, it'll be sunset in South America, and we want more the Brazil, the southeastern part, because the Chile is probably a little bit too far into the day. South Africa is going to be in the middle of the night, so they're fine. Anywhere in southern Africa, I got a bloke from Nigeria has contacted me, and someone in Western Australia, and you have to be in the southern part of Western Australia. The northern part's into the morning already at the time we want to do it. We're going to do it at 2300 GMT, so that way the sunset and the sunrise at South America and Western Australia work. I've even had contact from people in Antarctica, so that'd be good to add to the data mix as well.
Well, that doesn't exist, does it?
Well, there's an ice walk also.
Yeah.
Anyway, and the idea is to live stream people from each of those places, and that way you can see once and for all that they are seeing the same stars, and therefore that is not an argument anymore. You can't say that they can't see all the same stars from each of those three locations.
Fantastic. So what date? Do you have an exact date when you want this to happen? Sorry, Hugh?
Getting conditions in each of three continents is going...
Hugh, you're breaking up.
June the 14th, and we'll keep going until...
Oh, Hugh, you're breaking up. I think they are trying to silence you.
So, what was the last thing you heard from me?
Hello.
Well, you had me at a hello.
No, you're just breaking up a bit. I was just asking about what date was this planning. The reason I say that is when we get near to that date, we need to make sure that numerous channels are aware of it, to give it a push. And I'm not just talking about for your subs or whatever, but to get as many people to watch it and be aware of it on the actual date when it happens. That would be fantastic. Yeah,
so we'll start on June the 14th, because the window is basically a week either side of the solstice. And because of the weather, we don't know if we're going to have good weather on all three continents at the same time.
Yeah.
We'll keep going until we get it. So we'll do it each night until we've got good weather conditions in each of the three continents. And once we've got it, well, then we might try it again, even if people are willing to keep going. The more data points we have, the better. So, it doesn't matter that I've already got some people. I need as many people as possible, because that makes it irrefutable.
Yes. Oh, but they'll refute it. There's going to be.
Oh, of course, but like I said,
obviously.
I mean, I can imagine
The
Riley
people on the
saying,
edge-
well, where's your independent variable? Because you've got to be able to wiggle it.
Uh-huh.
this is an observation, not an experiment, so that doesn't apply.
all of those people live CGI'd some live streams instead of their own like live cameras and whatever.
Well, of course, that's far more
Definitely.
feasible. Yeah.
That's After Effects, right?
Oh, yeah.
yes, After
Oh
Effects,
yeah.
yes.
Oh god.
Guys, I'm just going to take a minute. And say thanks to my amazing patrons. With massive thanks to all my patrons, including new patrons Nicola Redmond, AZ Atheist, Grumpy Old Man, Hugh Jast, Larry XK, Yuha Escalinen, Purple Rhymes with Orange, Tim Nicholas, Roy C and Patricia Desangelis, and my latest patrons, the Key Weasel and Lucas Hoy. Thank you all so very much. So back again, and I remember to switch my mic back on. You still haven't caught me in any errors yet, people. That was nice to get super chats earlier on, as I saw them betting that I'd start my stream and I wouldn't have my sound on, but I did. Right, so we've got Mr. Clapperjack, who's just wandered off to find himself a beverage. We've still got Flint in the room and Clapperjack. Crafty Keeler dropped out. I'm not quite sure what happened. She dropped out but still on. Let's see if we can pull her back in.
It's a goat dung powered internet she has.
Well, that's right. She's back in the room now anyway. And I shouldn't say that about her, Hugh. I thought it was quite rude, really.
Well, whatever you do, don't tell her.
You realise I can't hear the phone.
You what?
Like, put out, the phone went back on. Ooh.
My mic is not muted, Northern Terpson. I saw they were betting, and I saw one of them say to another, remember, when the stream starts, tell him you can't hear him. Toe rags.
It's a new running joke.
Yes, isn't it just?
You got your own back.
I did tonight, didn't I? Oh, you saw that?
Yeah.
I've just had
Can I just say...
I've had a little bit of good news. I was sent a link to a brilliant song, a cheese song, via another subscriber. And I said, can you get... He said it was from a friend of his. I said, can you ask him if he's okay with me showing this song? And I just got a message saying that he's happy for me to show it on my channel. I don't think... I have looked at it before. It's a great song. It's about 3.5 minutes, so I won't run it in the live stream. I'll add it to a video coming up in the next few days. It's called Praise Cheeses. It's a wonderful little song. And actually, since I've got the mic right now, I see there's another super chat just coming from a super chat coming from Pete.
I'm not sure.
Shut up, Alexa. Bloody thing. Pete Birdie super chatted £10 saying, I'm excited for Hugh Jarse's observation. Thanks, Mr. Sensible, for a great live stream. Well, thank you very much, Pete, for a great super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, go on, carry on, guys. Carry on. Oh, and another one's just coming from John Rapp for $2 Australian saying, G'day, Mr. Sensible. Ha, you think we can hear you? You're right, you probably can't. So in your case, John, to make sure I can hear you, please super chat every comment to me, okay? Because otherwise I just won't be able to read it. It might be expensive.
Well, I was going to say, John Rapp is just absolutely awesome. He supports so many creators in our community, and it does it a lot. He says he's always at work. He's working to pay for all these super chats. So, yes. John Rapp, you're awesome too.
That does sound awesome. Thanks again, John. I do appreciate it. I really do. So where are we? We've got everyone back in the room here, haven't we?
Excellent.
Yes. I forgot where we were.
I just posted a link to my
the cheese
video.
Song.
So.
Sorry, who just said the cheese song?
That was me. Sorry.
No, it's not a problem. I missed who was speaking at the time. Yeah, it's not to the cheese song. Yeah, I will add the Praise Cheeses song to a video because it's a brilliant song, so clever. But rather than have everyone sat here for 3.5 minutes while the song plays, I'll stick it in a video. Definitely. Besides which, I
really
haven't
loved
actually emailed him. Yeah, go on. You really what?
I really loved your red shift, blue shift cheese explanation. That was really good.
It was tasty as well.
Yeah.
I think Flint liked that. But oh man, that's more Anthony Riley dumb, isn't it? Oh, red, blue. That could explain it. Is that we're on a flat Earth and the sun looks red and the sun looks blue? No, it doesn't. He knows nothing.
I can definitely see that happening.
Oh, it's just incredible. How can you just pull that out your arse and not think, well, I better actually find out something about redshift?
I mean, if it would be red on blue shifting, I mean, yes, it is moving away and moving towards you, but then again, you have to see it is the speed of light we're talking about.
Yes.
That is 3 times 10 to the power of 8 meters per second, if I remember correctly. Anybody correct me?
Well,
you're the math guy.
Yeah.
The chat window on live stream is a down arrow. It's stuck, not scrolling. Well, the chat's still scrolling properly for me. I don't know
Chat
if
is working for me.
Yeah, must be you.
Just F5.
Just refresh.
Yeah, just refresh.
Press F5 to doubt.
Super chat. Excellent. I would say press F4. That fixes it. But don't. You don't want to do that.
Alt F4.
Oh, that's the one, isn't it? Beg your pardon.
Yeah.
Oh, another super chat from John Rapp, $2 Australian again, saying, Roger Wilco, Tar Muchley, huge arse.
How much of that is my cut?
None, and I counted
my
it
name,
twice.
is it?
I counted it twice for you, though, Hugh, to make sure. And it's still none. Yeah, so, I mean, technically, if I ran towards you, I'd be slightly blue shifted, ran away slightly red shifted, but it's you'd never measure that, would you? You have to be going a bit faster than that.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
Well, the thing with Riley, he claims to be a lawyer, but and lawyers make up ridiculous arguments to try and persuade people. They don't have to be based in fact; they just have to sound credible, and that's all he ever does, I think.
Well, then again, you remember that guy that I can't remember his name. The one that took a toy plane and moved it around a globe and said that's
I
why
can't
flat
think of
Earth.
his name either. Yeah.
That was so stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, he also says he's a lawyer. Who the heck knows?
Yes, that's right. Doesn't say much for lawyers.
No, yeah.
And lawyers become politicians.
Well,
Yes,
the difference between a dead lawyer on the road and a dead deer on the road.
There's more time marks on the lawyer?
skid marks in front of the deer.
That's not bad. I don't know. When it comes to crazy, crazy is a virus, especially with the flat Earth. It infects people. You could be a pretty adequate human being, and then this ideology just sort of carefully sneaks into your mind, through people, through really slithery people, like Thompson or whatever. And then it takes hold of you, and there you go.
Yeah, but unlike most viruses, it has an easy cure. It's called reality.
Oh yeah. Or debunking videos.
Well, they help.
You would hope.
Actually, I see Chris Lewis is in the side chat. Chris, I just got the text from your or the message from your buddy about that song, so that will be shown on the channel soon. Thank you, Chris, for passing that on.
Lawyers have no sense of scale.
Flint, apparently your channel has doubled in subs tonight.
Can well be.
Woo!
I only have 2.
Now you got 4.
Yay! Thank you very much for those who like my one video.
And let's have an update on Mr. Clapperjack, who is now on 426. So that's 6 during the stream.
Crazy. You people are crazy.
Yeah.
What am I on?
I don't know. I've never looked at your channel, Hugh.
Oh, come on.
That's mean.
Oh.
Let's have a quick look then. Hugh Jars is on 381.
So I'm up 1.
Sorry, you're up 1.
I'm up 1.
Wow, being up 1's better than what
Awesome.
what Riley's doing lately, which is going down. And let's have a quick link. Oh, apparently, Flint, Surf was your 4th subscriber. Surf was my 100th subscriber. I know
That's good,
all
my
my
100th.
subs individually. And here's Hugh's channel for anyone who wants to have a look.
Oh, yes.
So you go over there, and if you're subscribed, it says unsubscribe, okay? That's the button you need. Let's see how many down we can get you. Oh, I'm sorry. Only
Well,
remember,
what's the point of that unless they go to you? I mean,
well, an Australian unsubscribe is probably the right thing, isn't it? Because it's the upside down, wrong way round.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Northern Hemisphere chauvinist, I don't know.
By the way, Keela, nice clip art. I like it.
Thank you. Yeah, I like it. I'm delighted with it. A friend of mine made that for me a while ago.
Oh, is this
Brent is rather talented.
your sort of teacher avatar? Is it a teacher? I'm not sure. It reminds me of a teacher.
Well, it is actually a picture of me just made into a cartoon.
So it looks a bit like you then.
Yeah.
So we
that's
get a
much
rough
prettier.
idea of what you look like.
Much prettier. Much prettier.
Ah. Of course, until you come on camera, we're not going to know that, are we?
I'm going to take Red's rhetoric's role on this. I'm not coming on camera. Not going to happen.
Never, ever, ever.
Yeah,
No.
sometimes it's better not to. Not because of the appearance, because of the
Do you know,
There
I
are
look,
swings and roundabouts with it. There really are.
when I decided to set up the channel mid live stream a month ago, and I decided to set up the channel, I made a conscious decision that I wanted it to be about what I was saying, not how it looked.
You didn't want everyone just gazing at you with love.
Yeah. Have you seen half the comments for half the
I'm
debunked
sure.
videos?
I'm
Oh
sure.
yeah.
I wanted to remove that aspect, to not
Yeah.
give them anything for my arguments to actually. So
No,
Oh,
I
trust me,
absolutely
trust me,
understand.
the crazies will find a way. They'll find a
of course.
Can I
Yeah.
just
I've
say I've
already
just
had
got
people.
another.
I've already had people being worried about my because I don't want to go on camera.
Sorry, worried about what?
My confidence levels.
Oh, I see. But they're like you said about Reds. There are plenty of creators who do not go on camera. There's advantages and
Because it's
disadvantages.
not.
You know, actually, speaking of that, like a lot of creators get like a lot of crap. Sorry for doing the whole cartoon avatar thing. I think actually that's fantastic, because you completely remove the face from the picture and you just get the raw understanding of what the person is like and their personality. You don't get to focus on anything else. Really.
Well, the perfect example of that is Team Skeptic. I followed him for a
Yeah.
long time,
Yeah.
and then when he did the reveal, I thought,
Oh,
what
yeah.
the
Oh,
hell?
my God.
That's not Team Skeptic.
exactly.
How come that voice is coming out of him? That was
Exactly.
brilliant.
No worry.
That's the exact thing that I felt myself. It's so weird.
But
Well,
that
that's a
worked
cool
got
well.
way.
it, so-
Do you know what? It hasn't changed Team Skeptic for me at all.
Sorry,
Him on
has
camera
not.
didn't change.
No, but it felt so odd.
Exactly. It's just there's something with when you try to, like, when I was watching Team Skeptic for the first time, I imagined him to be like completely different, and then just randomly this guy pops on when the whole Kappa thing started, and he just got scared of it, and he popped on the screen, and I was like, oh my god, dude, is that you? Get some sleep, Jesus
that
Christ!
was such a shame about the copper thing. I mean, I had a creator who will remain nameless. I spoke to several times, and they were quite terrified of it. That they were sure that they were going to have to close down their channel.
Cartoon Avatar.
Yes, Cartoon Avatar. Well, no, and Avatar. It wasn't really cartoony, but someone's saying Brainy Beaver as well. But I read into it a lot, and it didn't, and was looking at the official YouTube videos that were coming out with, people high up, the CEO and whoever, saying it means this, it means, and they were not saying that anything that like what people were worried about. I know that Team Skeptic thought that every single one of his videos he would have to ditch because he couldn't edit that out.
Yeah, he was pretty bummed out. About it.
Yeah, at the time. But that's all settled down. No one speaks about it anymore, do they?
Yeah, surprisingly, it just went away.
I mean, can you imagine, though? Let's say I was just a cartoon avatar, and because of copper, but because of copper, they came after me. What was it? A maximum of $42,000 per video. Well,
exactly.
Hey, you come after me for $42,000 for one video, I can't pay it. And if you come after me for, well, what have I got? I've got 200 videos now. You can whistle for it. You can sue me all you want because I ain't got it. And can you imagine if they did that? The furore there'd be in the press, and or it just wouldn't happen.
Also, there's the aspect of it was limited exclusively, I think, to the United States governments and their government, rather than because there was a lot of people speaking about it, and they were like, "Oh, does this concern the Europeans? What about people in Eastern Europe? What about people in Asia? They don't care about copyright in there."
Yes.
Or any of that nonsense, and kind of those questions never got answered really, fully. So,
well, it's all gone away now. It's all gone away. And Flint, the last thing hopefully. I read, someone said you got 7 subs now.
Oh my god! Now we got pressure on.
Yeah. Now he's in the big time, boy.
7
wait,
is
was
a
there
prime
a
number.
link or something? Did I miss that?
I can give you later, but basically I ran down the numbers for the red and blue shift, and you will be astonished how little it does change. And that is considering the speed of the Earth at the equator, which is I made a rough estimation of 1,600 kilometers per hour. So then you have a change of frequency of plus minus 2.95 parts per million, or 2.96 10 to the power of minus 6. That's how much the light would change at this speed.
So perhaps Riley's onto something then, because he used a parts per million TDS meter, didn't he?
Yeah, when he was measuring that egg. When he popped out in that lab coat and she's this is an egg.
I know, that was hilarious.
Do you know what? Seeing him in that lab coat is proof that just because you wear a white coat doesn't mean you know anything.
He doesn't know anything.
It's the most obvious thing when you put a lab coat. I was watching my favorite is what's his face, Logic. Sorry. And he was doing my
Give me some beer.
Wow.
Come back to us, Jack.
John Morris Pendleton, and he was wearing a lab coat.
Sorry.
Evolution. You always that video taught me that.
Jack, you're cutting out a bit, pal.
Just don't.
JM wore a white coat, but it was actually a chef's outfit.
Stood in a field.
Yes, he's outstanding in his field in a chef's outfit.
Oh, he's so sad.
Oh my god!
With a clipboard.
I don't. The memes that.
Oh no, Crafty, you're breaking up as well now.
Yeah, everybody's breaking up.
But Hugh, you're nice and clear, aren't you?
Sometimes, depends how much I've drunk.
Well, which just proves something then, that Australia cannot be on the other side of the world. You're fake. I think
We're
you're
not on the other side of the world. You are.
No. I just checked. I just checked because if I was on the other side of the world, I drop stuff upwards, and I checked. It doesn't happen, so it must be you.
Well, it's your stream, so you're the boss.
But there was a meme
Stream
that
privilege. Stream privilege.
am I still breaking up?
No, not really.
So FTFE was asking for memes last night of
Yes.
JM Truth. There was one that came in with JM standing in a field saying JM Truth top of it, standing in a
He's outstanding in his field.
Outstanding is
standing in
Yeah.
a field.
Yeah, that one's been seen before. Is brilliant, isn't it? Oh man, that guy is. He's just so stupid. He doesn't realise how dumb he is. The very definition of Dunning-Kruger. He thinks he's
Exactly,
an
yeah.
expert in everything. I mean, it's fine.
It's arrogance, isn't it?
Absolutely.
kind of sad.
No one is expected. I mean, you take a top heart surgeon. You know, he might know everything about that, but perhaps he couldn't change the washer in a tap. You know,
Most likely, yes.
and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, we all have things we're good at. I'm sort of more a jack of many trades. You know, I'm an expert in none of them, but I know enough to perhaps hold an intelligent conversation and then realise, do you know, I don't know this bit. You know, that's where I draw the line.
But he'll argue regardless.
When you don't know something, you're able to say, "Well, I'm not sure about all of that." Not able to do that.
Exactly. That's the most important bit. Exactly.
Not able. They're not.
No, go ahead.
Still there, Keelan?
I think Keela's dropping out. But for instance, if we were talking about breeding goats, then I could say with a fair degree of confidence, you start off with a nanny and a billy goat. And they get it on. Beyond that, I'd have to say I don't have much expertise. Hey, let's call in Keela. And she says, oh, we need some nice mood lighting and candles. And so, you know what I mean? You know, okay, fair enough, Keela. I didn't know that. You know a lot more about it. There's nothing wrong with that. So it's idiotic for me to claim that I'm an expert in breeding goats, and Keela says, well, they need to have this, they need to have that, and I said, no, they don't. I don't have that knowledge.
That's JM Truth.
That's JM Truth's position. Actually, we should ask him, because he probably is an expert in breeding goats, and he may have he may have personally bred with several.
It's bad enough that Oakley
proficient in
brings it
different
in.
languages too.
Sorry, say again.
Oh, bad enough that Oakley brings goats into things. Don't allow JM Truth to follow suit.
Oh, well, yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
right. That's
well,
right. That's actually right.
What, the Oakley
We'd
blows goats? That was a rumour, wasn't it? That may have started on one of my videos. But of course, he wouldn't. He wouldn't.
May have.
Sorry?
May have started on one of your videos?
It may have done. Allegedly, yes.
May have.
But of course, he won't.
Did.
But you notice he has not made a video denying it. That's interesting.
Ooh.
Yeah. There we go.
So can I just say many thanks to all those who have subscribed during this live stream. I've gone up quite a few. I'm only a few off 400 now. So if you've ever haven't subscribed to me yet and ever considered it, please do it now, and we'll get over. It'd be great to get over the 400 by the end of this live stream.
And I am 6 away from 700.
Sweet.
So do it
We're
for
all having
Keela
a
as
good
well.
time.
It's awesome.
Sorry, I was just looking at your trailer, Hugh, and I just see myself appear.
Well, only the best for my trailer, of course.
Thank you. Of course, I'm going to claim copyright on those little bits of film. I will allow you to use it, but I'll be claiming the monetization, okay?
Well, I'm not monetized, so knock yourself out.
You can owe me.
Well, I owe you a beer at least.
Let's have a look at. Mr. Clapperjack, you're still 427. Honestly,
That's all right.
That's a cracking result.
That's
it really
fantastic.
is, isn't it? It really is. I'm so pleased for you. I really, really am.
I could not
Yes, you're a
have
very
asked
good.
for anything more.
You're a very good on-screen presence too. It really worked for me when I was watching your video.
Really?
There you go,
Because
Jack. Jack,
because
I'd be careful, Jack. You did it for Hugh.
Ooh.
because I'm going to be like really honest. I have like pretty self-confidence problems. I'm powering through them. I'm trying to like tell myself that it's fine.
You don't need to tell yourself
it.
you're fine. Just look at that bloody sub count, mate. The way that has jumped. Now, people, if I mirrored a video, they've seen it. But if I say, can you go over and have a look at this channel? A lot of people will, but they won't sub unless they at least like some aspect of it. Why would they bother? So the fact they have, because you'd never know. If I was one of those people, I don't really like him, I'd have just wandered off again. But they sub because they want to sub. You should take some strength from that.
I was actually talking to Katz about that at one stage because obviously Katz put out the thing naming Space Comet and he got like 3,500 people voting in Space Comet. Then he one of the videos just introducing Space Comet and then added my video at the end, and it got huge amount. I think I went up like 400 subs, and I was talking to him and he was saying, look, I've said to people to sub to someone who's really
sorry, you broke up.
Don't stick around and sub unless they like what they see. That was a bit of a.
That's a good message.
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
I've just seen Blue Marble Science in the chat. Hi, Blue. Oh.
The most like I wanted to say this the most important thing when it comes to like making videos, like especially when you put yourself out there face first, so to speak.
Yep.
If you get people from the other side, so to speak, like the flat earthers, the conspiracy theorists, if they're telling you things that you're not good, you look strange, that you deserve a transvestigation, so to speak.
They will tell you that, Jack.
It's important to understand that they are trying to exploit a very like self-doubt and doubt in general. That's exactly what they're trying to exploit. They want to deter you. You never should fall into that hole, because if you fall into that hole, you're not going to crawl out of it.
Well, if they're attacking you for that, and I've been attacked for that quite viciously, but if they're attacking you like that, that is because, and it's almost a cliche, they've got nothing else. If they can demolish your argument by showing that you're wrong and actually there is redshift, blue shift with a sunrise, sunset, they will do so to embarrass you and to win. But since they can't, and I'm not accusing Riley of this, but where I've had some quite horrible personal attacks, but you just cannot take it personally. I've tried to. I try to own it. I've put some of them up when I've done a comments video and shown some of the horrible things people have said, and usually they say it with atrocious grammar, and you can pick them apart and make them look stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I had my first hate comment on my normal Twitter, and it was hilarious. And I just, as I saw it, I just was basically going, it's like, well, there's a person hating my stuff and pointing it out. As to know, sometimes furries are not as well accepted, and I was making a really nice photo, or my friend made a photo of me with a nice background, and I had the term Netherlands in it. And the person from Netherlands, I don't know who that was, jumped in. What are you? Are you fucking sick?
That's not even Netherlands.
Right? I mean, I was in the Netherlands, and he was like, so yeah, and what is your point? Can I help you? Can I answer your questions? No answer. None at all.
Yeah. You
like,
can't worry about it.
I do have to laugh. Me and Hugh did a video on Oakley, and He is so obsessed with himself, and he actually found it, commented on it.
Oh, I always make
And it was
sure.
just nonsense.
I always make sure that I hashtag them, so that they end up looking at the video. And if I was doing a video about him and he commented, I'll get that pinned because that's what people will respond to.
Much.
The
It was
most
just
important thing.
interesting. It was just interesting
Alright.
the fact that literally me and Hugh only had like a video up each, and all of a sudden he's commenting on it, and we're that new. Was it
Right.
O'Reilly, really?
Hey, Blue Marble,
I'm-
I'm fine, thanks, pal. And I do mean to catch up with you, okay? I'll DM you at some point.
I'm just gonna want to like look back into this whole doubt thing because
Mm.
that's actually like flat earthers, conspiracy theorists. That's their weapon. That's exactly how they get people into like. I was like thinking about it for quite a while. Like how do they? It's actually pretty sad. My father, he actually fell prey to these kind of people because of exactly that doubt, because they see doubt into people when they don't really know something. Like I don't know, high high level maths, physics, engineering, etc. That and they just fold, and it's kind of sad. And you must always remember that, like, never allow doubt to take hold of you. That's the most important thing with these people.
But you see, that's where I think honesty helps you. For again, if you know your limits, if we were talking about, I don't know, orbital mechanics, I know only very, very basic level, and I'm crap at math. I couldn't do the math to calculate an orbit. So if they started calling me out and saying, well, this and that value, and you time, I'd have to say, look, sorry, I don't know about that. So what I would not do is try and argue what I don't know, have them argue back, and I'm thinking, I wonder if they're right.
What's
I just wouldn't do
worse
that.
is
I just say I can't argue that.
that what's worse is that they will take the fact that you can't argue that and the fact that you will place your trust in people do understand it.
Yes.
Take trust as a dirty word.
Yep.
And I think that's a shame because any amount of trust that we place as a society, people who have earned it, who have worked hard for it, we see that as something to ridicule. That frustrates me a lot.
Yeah.
It's always, I think it actually like goes deeper than that. It goes into the personality, because some people, if they are met with something that they don't understand, they might get humbled by the things that they don't understand, and they just might say, all right, I don't understand that. I guess I'll just step back or take time to learn it or not learn it.
Yeah. And
For example, like when I was like going through school and whatever, maths was so beyond me, and the teachers didn't really make it easier on me. I just completely like phased it out of my life. I didn't understand, why do I need it? But when I like became a person of like grew into myself, so to speak, and became like went out there into the world, I got myself a 3D printer, and I was like, one day I was sitting down, and I was like, wait a minute, if I want to print myself a, by the way, Mr. Sensible, I'm kind of planning a thing for you with this printer thing.
Oh,
if you
okay.
don't mind.
Tell me more. Tell me more when the time is right.
Obviously. And I was sitting down and I was thinking to myself, hang on a sec. I want to print myself a spoon, but I want it to fit a specific like amount of milliliters inside of it. And I was like, wait a minute. So wait, in 3 dimensions, milliliters would be like cubic meters, right? Or cubic milliliters or centimeters. And I was like, oh, damn. And I kind of just went out there and I was like, no, wait. And then it clicked back to school time. And I was like, oh my God, they taught me all of this thing, all these things. And I just phased them out entirely. I was like, wow.
Well, you could have always gone to Nathan Oakley. He probably could have converted cubic millimeters into kilometers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cubic kilometers.
Yes.
I mean,
oh my God.
Cubic kilometers per second.
Oh my God. Help.
Mr. S, you do have the metric system, right?
Yes and no. We do.
Oh wait, no, British. Oh
Yeah,
my
but
God.
no. We would generally use it. Yes,
Yesn't.
it's used for anything scientific. Kids are taught metric all over, but we still got some imperial hang-ups. It's sort of a
Oh, it's
mixture.
fine.
Our road signs are all in miles, but everyone here, to be honest, understands kilometres, metres, and kilograms and stuff like that. Yeah, but
Part of being
but
part
you
of
talk
Europe.
about your weight being in stone and pounds.
Stone.
Yeah.
Oh my God! When the first time that I learned about stone, I was like, "What? People are measuring things in stone?" And then I was like, "Oh my God, this is actually a proper like measuring system." Like, whoa! Because I
That's why
was
you use
never
metric
like,
instead.
yeah.
Well,
It's
we've
actually
got
amazing. Like,
we got. I'll just say we
sorry.
got a late appearing guest sat there in the live waiting room. So in a minute, I'll bring him in, so he's aware that he's going to be pulled in.
Yes.
Oh wow!
It's someone I've not spoken
Cool.
to. Yes, I've not spoken to that person before. Mm.
Ooh,
So
new
Colin,
people.
I got your DM. Thanks, pal.
Another Aussie too.
Is it? Isn't it? Wasn't
Well, he's
it?
pretending to be an American, but yeah.
Sorry, Hugh. I don't.
Ending.
I don't understand your accent.
I have no accent.
Hey, Glober Mommy. Good evening. Okay, let's bring this other guest in. Hello, good evening, or good morning, or afternoon, whichever it is. Northern Termson. Is that how you say it? Northern Termson?
That is correct. Yes, and yes, it is morning for us here in Australia.
He is another Aussie, Hugh. You were right.
Yeah, pretending to be American though.
Why are you pretend to be
yeah.
American? Oh, as in
Irvin Thompson.
Northern Termson? Sounds Swedish to me. Northern
Yeah,
Termson.
it has.
Anyway, good morning to you, Northern. How are you?
Oh, not bad. Keeping inside. How's everyone?
What, because of the lockdown?
The C virus.
Situation?
How is that where you are now? Because I just heard that they're talking about easing up the first of the restrictions here starting Monday. I think it's too soon
Yeah.
myself.
So I'm in Queensland. I'm not sure where Hugh is.
Yeah, I'm in
but
Brisbane.
Brisbane, nice. They laxed a few restrictions on Saturday, and
Yeah.
tomorrow they're having a look at some federal restrictions to remove. But yeah, we are starting to come out of the other side of it. Just got to be careful of second waves.
The thing
By
is,
the way,
yeah, go on, Jack.
okay, that's good. No, okay.
I was,
Did you get like a? Yeah, sorry. Did you get like one of those crazy ass protests about the thing?
There
About
was
the
one in
lockdown and
Trafalgar in Victoria, but something like 20 people showed up, and it was more. It was more to protest Anzac Day not happening.
yeah, we got VE Day coming up. That's very sad that it's not going to be a full celebration.
Speaking of
Yeah,
celebration,
it's the 75th anniversary too, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
there's not going to be many
that's unfortunate.
of the vets around, really.
No.
Speaking. Wait. That's celebrating the winning the war, right?
Victory in Europe Day, yeah.
Because we're having the same thing, and my president just completely ignores the whole thing, and he says, "No, we're having the parade. It doesn't matter. I don't care." And we're, bro.
Ooh.
Sounds like Brazil. The Brazilian the Brazilian
It's
president, he doesn't believe in any of it. And I heard that President Trump's just disbanded the American coronavirus task force. What, like job done? You still got thousands dying of it. I don't know. I mean, Italy's
It's
easing
more a
up.
state's
Well-
state's responsibility now to take it over. So the federal level isn't needed so much.
By the way, Mr. S, I have a British friend, and he told me that the United Kingdom is actually like turned into a hotspot now rather than like Italy, and I was like, oh, really?
We've got
that-
quite a lot of deaths. Yes, I think we're number 3 in the world. Off the
Yeah,
top,
it's terrible.
off the top of my head, but I mean they're talking about easing up, but I mean there is going to be a second wave that can't be helped unless you've totally wiped it out. Then it's going to spread. I'm just checking. UK is actually number 4. Italy is just above us, apparently. Well, that's not in deaths. I think that's in infections. We've got 30,000 deaths. Italy's got 29,500. US
John
74,000.
Italy's
John
had more time, of course. But,
Yes.
John Rapp sent another super chat.
Oh, right. It takes a while to feed through if I'm not watching the thing. Yeah, so I mean, they're talking about easing up here, and I think what would be wise is just to hang on. If the first country, Italy, for instance, is easing up, let's give it the 10 or 14 days and see how much of a
Super chat.
things kick off again.
Excellent.
If it absolutely flies off the handle like crazy again, then hold on. If it makes very little difference, then okay, perhaps we ease up. But there's no point in rushing it. So yes,
Yeah, I think that's what the Irish government are doing.
it
They're
makes sense.
waiting and seeing what happens in other places.
Well, John Rapp super chatted $2 Australian saying Aussie's inside because it's cold and that cold. This is some
Not sure
Australian
what that last
speak.
bit means. No, inside because it's cold makes sense, and that cold, what?
Is it cold? Go on. How cold is it there right now then?
Oh, further south, it's probably a bit cooler than it is here. It's only about 17, 18 degrees here.
Yeah, I have 15 degrees C.
How's
It's
that?
freezing.
How's that in Celsius?
That was Celsius. Yeah.
15.
This is the world.
15 degrees is
metric.
cold in Australia.
I had
that's-
way too much beer.
That's shorts weather, right?
Well, you wear your thongs with socks on as well. So
Thongs?
winter.
Thongs? Oh, no.
He means flip flops.
I know he does.
No, we mean thongs. You mean flip flops. Learn how to speak proper, like what Wheeze does.
Oh dear.
Please
Well, don't get me started in which that is.
Sorry,
I
don't-
guess most people will not understand me if I speak
No,
my
you're right.
native language.
You're all right.
Oh, excuse me.
Well, people
Good
around you.
night. Yeah, sure, but they are asleep.
So, Hugh and Northern, do you go on? I've forgotten what the channel is. It's always being on the Aussie perspective.
listen to that.
Aussie perspective.
Yeah,
I've been in the live chat a few times.
yeah, because they
think
seem
they
to.
time
Be on
me
at
out
10
once
o'clock
or
in the morning for me.
Yeah, it's a bit of an awkward time for me too, Keela. Usually got other stuff on. I have dropped in and
Oh, it's
chatted.
perfect for me because I'm going out to the milking, so I just be listening to the Aussies' perspective while milking. It's great.
Yeah, but I mean actually going on it in the chat or on the stream. But I was just thinking that Hugh and Northern, the timing would probably be perfect for you guys.
Well, I don't because I live the Aussie perspective all day. You know,
Ah,
I want the world's perspective.
well, that's true. My daughter is living in Australia. She lives in
Really?
Newcastle area.
Interesting. When I put Aussie perspective in YouTube search, it gives me Jazza, the artist, the 5 million sub guy.
Aussie, Ozzie.
Oh yeah.
Don't know. Perhaps someone can get a link to their channel because I've only got it on Discord. Oh, actually, it'll probably be. Let's see if we can find one of their videos.
It's on someone else's channel at the moment, I think.
They got so many
John Rapp.
rooms in there.
John Rapps clarified what he meant. He was using that cold as a euphemism for another
Ah,
the
unspoken
sea
word.
virus, you might say.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Well, thank goodness you didn't say coronavirus, John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now you
No,
said
it's on. Sorry, the Aussie perspective is on Alan Evans's channel at the moment.
Well, I don't
Man,
understand
John Webb is like,
why I can't find a link to one of their videos, because that would give you the channel.
I have it here. Hang on.
And I've got one. I'm going to race you.
We're probably going to be faster because I'm on my phone.
Yeah, got it in the chat. That's a link to one of...
Mr. Semple wins.
That's one of their videos anyway. They're a good bunch, and they've done some of my videos. They tend to play people's videos.
Come on, Keelan.
And talk about them. Global Mommy's put one in as well.
Sleepy, go away. Oh, are you actually giving me grief for being slower than Mr. Sensible?
Your goat has just posted a link.
Mommy.
Your goat has just
I'm
posted
slower
a link.
than most people in the chat, and here's Pippin. Pip does be on it a lot. And Terry, looking at their feckin' live chat. Sorry.
Oh, have you ever...
This is me very, very sleepy. I apologise.
No, that's all right. Have you ever seen what that group is? And they did that song about Ryanair. Have you ever seen that, Keela? It's
which one?
3 women sing a song about Ryanair. Feckety, 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 feck, 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 feck.
Yes, yes, I have.
I've forgotten their name. They are so good. I'm going to see if I can find them. It's 3 ladies, and it doesn't look like that sort of language can come out of their mouth.
3 ladies, 1 song.
Yeah. Oh, they're called Fascinating Ada, and I found a link. Cheap Flights is what the song's called. Unfortunately, I can't play it, but it's really worth a watch. They also do a song about dogging, going dogging. But there's a link to Fascinating Ada. Grab that link, have a look at it later. Absolutely hilarious. So have you seen them then, Keela? Oh, I think the goat's eating Keela now.
Later.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of funny little songs, do you know about the Internet is for Porn song?
Oh,
what?
Avenue Q.
I didn't know it was. I didn't know that was a song, but I thought that went without saying anyway.
Avenue Q.
This is news to me.
Really, you haven't heard of that one? It's like a really interesting Muppet performance style show, and they it's live, and they developed the song, and it's hilarious.
Yes, I can agree completely on this because I
Flip consumed what I'm on about.
Too much, and they even have other good songs. Yeah, I started at Avenue A, but everything was out of my price range, so I went down here to Avenue Q. So yes,
yeah, that's some good stuff.
They really made a good show completely, and I wish I would have it in full length, but they have good songs.
It's better than nothing.
Yes.
Nathan Oakley really boiled my piss.
Definitely.
Sorry about that, Professor. Just chiming in with rude comments about Mr. Oakley.
Ooh.
Those are always appreciated.
Aren't they just?
Yes.
Oh, Nathan.
Nathan.
In a way, I would love to be in a situation... Not a planned situation. Let's say I went out for a meal with a group of people, and then sat across the table, realised, hold on, that is Nathan Oakley. Imagine a conversation you could have, especially if you didn't know who you were.
And there's no mute button.
And no mute button. Yes. Oh, that would be brilliant. I think
you'd hear him before you saw him.
I'm sorry?
I think you'd hear him before you saw him.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be great?
Like a siren coming from behind the corner.
It would be interesting to see him in an ordinary social situation with him, no doubt being normal and polite and not at all mutey, shouty and whatever. But maybe he's like that in real life. In which case, I doubt it.
That's hard to believe.
You know, I honestly think that he's like a Poe, really.
Oh, he definitely is. We know he is.
Yes.
We know he is.
Yeah.
Because he's been caught telling Oakley
with
to
that
shut
whole
up.
live chat thingy. Yeah.
So we know he is. I think he's just going through that sort of shock jock type of thing. You know, the American shock jocks and radio jocks.
but what was his name? So it's like Math Powerland. That's his name, right?
I've heard of him.
Oh,
Yeah.
math. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did it for like a meme, and then he just went for it because he saw that
Did it as a comedy sketch first,
Yeah,
I think.
exactly.
Mark Sargent
then-
and others took him seriously and developed it.
Well, the
Yeah.
professor has actually just had a request from Mark, so I'll just see what the professor has to
Right back.
say. Hold on.
My name is Anthony Riley. This is an egg.
This is an egg.
I think you need
Wow.
I'm not sure I understood his accent. Say that again, Professor.
My name is Anthony Riley. This is an egg.
Maybe the professor at some time will get his own super chats with requests to say things. I don't know. That could be interesting.
I think you could set up Streamlabs to send commands to a TTS device.
Well, that would be interesting, but I'm sure it would get abused.
Most likely, yes.
Yeah, I'm just thinking what I could do is just try and grab a comment. Mark laughed at that. I'm just waiting for a comment to come back in. I think for it. That'll be interesting. No, I don't think that would work. He doesn't do symbols. So if you put a dash in there or whatever, it really screws him up. Let's just try this one. Glober Mommy, I'm just taking your comment and asking the professor if he'll read it out exactly as is. Go ahead, Professor.
So the owner of the video pulled a Daniel Pravet Blue Marblesians.
Blue Marble Blessiance. Doesn't like your name, Blue Marble. Blue Marble Blessiance. Never mind.
I mean, you could go, I think, scripting it and just push it through a trim.
Well, you wouldn't believe what I had to go through to get the professor. You really wouldn't. Or where I had to go to get him.
Can I just say how odd this is? Sorry. That Blue Marble Science is in the chat and I'm on the panel. That just seems to me to be odd.
Well,
I wanted to point that out. Anyone that is not subscribed to Blue Marble Science, go now. Go after the stream.
Blue Marble Science. That's better than what the Fleurs call him. So I wonder. Well, actually, perhaps I better not ask what the Fleurs call you, Blue.
All sort of silly stuff.
They come up with so many.
Yeah, Hilly-Billy.
Hillbilly Blue Balls, isn't it? Something like that.
Yeah, that was from Sloppy.
Yeah, Hillbilly Blue Balls. There's always something. I mean, they have trouble with mine, and they tend to call it Mr. Nonsensible. That's about as tough as they get.
Yeah.
The ones that they've taught up for Dan has been sick. We're just
creative.
so ridiculous.
I mean that's actually also why I chose the expression I have as a name for the channel. Try to poke fun at this, guys.
What, Flint.
No. The channel which I'm uploading this stuff to is CH27HD.
Oh, excuse me.
Sounds like a Minecraft song.
I guess they are going to have difficult. Oh dear! Listen, Blue. I'm not calling you that. It's not me. Oh dear! You don't let it get to you. Don't let it get to you, pal. Not at all.
Let anger.
Yeah.
It's all in its own good jest.
Yes. Fear leads to hate. Hate leads to anger. Anger leads to the dark side. Something like that. Anyway.
The dark side.
See, I think
Hello,
I'm
Nine.
in the lucky situation where they don't make fun of the name that I've chosen, because my name's making fun of one of them. They just ignore and block me. It's,
Yeah,
it's really
you're already taking the piss.
That's actually also a good choice. And yeah, Blue Marble
We'll
Science.
see.
I'm sorry for mentioning this name. It is really uncreative, and I really love your content. Just saying.
Ooh, you're just trying to get yourself in his good books again, aren't you?
Yeah, kind of. Though I've had my history with bullying, so therefore I'm just saying that.
Disc.
Yeah, kind of.
I will do speeches for $1.
Man, I found this really interesting channel. Like on Twitter, I follow a lot of crazy people. That's actually how I keep tabs on a lot of stuff that happens. And I found like a really interesting channel called Video Advice. And
Right.
It's pretty interesting because the guy that tweeted about it, he had some sort of doctor. The channel features some sort of strange doctor, and it's interesting. It's like a crazy person, like the typical thing that we're accustomed to. And he has like they have really good editing on that channel, and it's pretty much the same stuff that they usually do. Like I actually told Colin about it before I joined the live stream. They do the typical, oh my god, the C virus was already sorry, English is leaving me because of booze, patented
Beer.
by the United States and blah blah blah, it's all fake, blah blah blah. And you look at that channel, it has about 2 million subscribers, I
Yeah.
think. It's madness. And it's actually really really well done. I'm actually considering to have like a look into it and like make a video about it, because that channel is actually pretty damn intimidating in terms of like the numbers that they pull. But the things that they say, it's just mad, absolutely mad. Do have a look into it.
And what's it called again?
Video Advice.
Okay. Oh,
And there's the doctor that's featured on that channel. He actually has a channel of his own where he has like full. You know what? I'm gonna give you his name. I have it already.
Well, while you're looking for it,
up.
Blue, the professor just let me know he's got a message for you.
Blue Marble Science really kicks ass. I subbed to him.
Well, there you go, Blue. You got another sub there. Not found it. Well, just to give you guys a heads up, it's coming up on midnight, so I'm going to finish in just a few minutes. Okay.
That's all right.
Gotta go feed babies.
I gotta feed the corgis.
And there's a super chat from John Rapp. Thank you, John. Coming again for $2 Australian, saying looks super check, chat. Voice excellent. Check. Sorry, Blue. Crafty for the win. Oh,
big burn.
Me winning over Blue never happens, by the way. Not reality. I absolutely love Blue.
John Rapp just goes mad with the super chats.
No, he doesn't. Not at all.
Brilliant.
It's excellent.
Really?
Not mad at all, John. I do appreciate it.
Me and John,
that's
we were watching the Silly Shields at one stage. We're in the iNetwork, and the laugh we had, we were kind of battling each other with the super chats.
They were doing what?
We were battling each other.
Oh, okay. Although I've got to admit, I've never seen super chats like they were on Ranty's stream, the one that's caused all the furore. And one guy did about 4 or 5 super chats for $100 or £100. Unreal.
Madness.
We're doing it for like
so much money.
Anywho, the guy's name is Dr. Rashid Buttar, and the other channel is Video Advice, and I put it in the chat just in case.
What is in? I don't think it would let you do links. If you got
No, names in it.
Oh, I see. Oh,
Just,
yes. Yeah, they can find it with that. So that'd be worth a look at them.
But that's some pretty interesting stuff.
Cool. Well,
like crazy stuff that nobody knows about is.
Twitter is for
kinda.
twits.
Yeah, I don't do Askbook or Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not against it. I just, to be honest,
it's a cesspool. It's a cesspool.
Well,
I don't even dispute that.
Mrs. S is on Facebook, and she's endlessly getting all these trashy, stupid pictures and so-called jokes and
boomer
so on.
memes.
Yes.
Boomer memes. I love those.
Guys, I'm going to wrap up now, I think. So I'm just going to have a quick look. And, excuse me, please. Jack will have a final check. You're on 432. You picked up 12, I think, during this stream. Listen, I'm so pleased for the subs you've got. I do really look forward to your next video, and I'm sure it'll be just as good. I really am. So yeah, good luck with your channel, mate. Really wish you good luck. And Jack, when you do make 1 million subscribers and so on, please remember to give a shout out for me to give me a boost. I'd appreciate that back.
Absolutely.
Cool.
But at millions of ways away.
Yes, but you've promised that. And a promise is a promise in a very
Absolutely.
real and legally binding sense. Okay?
No way I will ever forget what you did
Oh,
for me.
thanks, pal. Thank you. And I've just had a super chat from Pete Birdie for £5 saying great night tonight. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Pete. And yeah, thanks, everyone here for joining me. Who we got? Northern Termson, Crafty Keeler, Huge Arse, super chat, Flint, excellent, and the guests of the night, Mr. Jack Clapperjack. Thank you guys so much. Listen, hang around for a while. If you want to jump into the live waiting room, we can have a little after show chat. So I'm going to let you all quickly say good night.
Nighty night.
Night.
Good morning, good night.
and Professor.
Oh, that was great.
And Professor.
Good night, everyone.
Well said. Listen, thank you everybody for joining me. Really appreciate it. All the comments, it's been wonderful. The super chats, my great patrons, and the guests here tonight. I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Until next time, stay sensible.